KTFM Floresville, San Antonio Sports Center.
The Houston Astros fell to the Sacramento A's yesterday 6-0, effectively falling out of the playoff picture as we sit today. In the NFL, the Green Bay Packers will be without right tackle Zach Tom, who is not expected to play Sunday night versus the Cowboys due to an oblique injury he suffered in the loss to Cleveland. We have Thursday Night Football tonight, and San Antonio Sports Star will have it for you as the Seahawks take on the Arizona Cardinals starting at 6:30 with the pregame. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm your old pal, AJ, joined as always by my old pal, Mr. Rob Thompson. Good morning, Robert.
Morning. Morning all. Carry on.
And the torta pounder himself on the other side of the glass. Yeah. Good morning, Victor Brown. Good morning. How we doing, everybody?
Living the dream, baby. Yeah. Living the dream.
Enjoying the cold
on
front.
A Thursday. Hey, let me tell you, you can kind of feel it.
A little bit.
You kind of feel it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could feel a little. At least I wasn't assaulted by the humidity and just stifling stillness like yesterday. So I walked out this morning. Now the breeze has brought something in the air that I don't necessarily agree with. I'm dripping.
I thought you meant the smell of fish.
Well, no, for you city folk. When you smell that, that's possum. That's possum.
What kind of what is the possum doing that's creating that smell?
That's kind of, in my experience, when a possum is afraid, they will they don't play dead as often as you think. Normally they'll turn around and and when they do that, they emit this odor.
Ugh.
It's a horrific smell. It smells like dead fish.
Yeah, I got out of the car and I'm like, oh my, it smells like a fish market.
That's
here.
like a possum
at our station
was frightened during a fight.
Maybe.
In my experience, I could be wrong, and it might be whatever the possum was fighting. But when I've seen this, that's the smell that I recall.
Maybe maybe that possum got in a fight with that cat that's scalped,
or the cat killer, the thing that's killing the cats.
Maybe
took care of KBB. There are predators out there, but I can tell you from experience, a coyote would rather not eat a possum.
I don't want to be around possums. I understand. I hear that they are they do good things,
they do good
and I like that. I'm all for that, but I don't want to see them.
No, they're of all the fauna,
they're grotesque.
They are horrific, and they're normally all greasy and
and they look like rats except just gigantic,
red eyes.
Yeah, I don't like them. I like them less. I don't like their smell.
That tells me we probably got opossum.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised. There are there's a possum in our midst over here at the radio.
We're gonna make us
How about
stew.
That?
We're gonna get him one, and we're gonna make some possum stew.
It is it's a small Friday, everybody. We've almost made it to the football part of the week.
We hurdled the big one yesterday and made it.
Yeah, like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or it's for me, it's a day that I can catch up on. Like my wife will watch TV with me, like something that's not football.
You need to see Black Rabbit.
Okay. Well, I can't do all the shows you do, Vic. I've got you just sit around and watch.
Yeah.
You don't watch football. You don't have to. You just
We only got 2 days a week, which amounts
limited
to about 4 hours is what I've got.
So I'm still watching that Dark Wolf,
which is good.
Which I like.
Okay. That's the best thing on. You're watching the right thing.
Okay. I like it, but I can only watch I'll watch 2 episodes and then that's all I got in me. And now I'm gonna have to wait probably until I don't even know when, because I'm out of town this weekend, so it's gonna be. I'll probably have to wait till next Tuesday to get back in.
It'll be me too. I mean, because now not only do we have football this weekend, we have Ryder Cup. So you got early morning, early rise, Ryder all day, Saturday, Sunday, Friday.
Are you gonna do that? You're a Ryder Cup watcher.
I like that. I'm down with the team. I am. I enjoy it. Now I expect to get our ass kicked like we did last time, but I am down with the team.
Okay,
it's a lot of fun.
I don't know that I've ever really
watched more than 3 minutes of a Ryder Cup.
It's certainly, I like the strategery factor. I like the idea of who can play with who. And me being just a peripheral golf fan, I mean, I enjoy a good round of golf, and I certainly like the majors. But this one is unique. I like the team stuff, and I like seeing what the team captain does with these very, tournament types, the tandems and all of that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that kind of strategery. And then you add in the fact that it's a bunch of Euro Slavs that I don't like anyway, that normally I would root against just because of their general personality. Now I can put a flag on the side and go USA on it.
I wish there was a contest where like nations competed against each other, but it wasn't in just golf. Like it could be golf, but like other sports too.
I think that's called
like that'd be.
I think they do something like that.
If somebody would. I'm not saying I'm like an idea man.
What about if we separated?
I'm kind of an idea man,
but we did all the winter stuff.
Yeah,
and then whatever,
and then the summer stuff in a different event. Yeah,
all the nations of the world would come together.
Yeah,
let's say every 4 years.
I think that's a money idea.
I think there's something to this.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a genius. I don't know that I can come up with all the working parts and put them. I mean, I guess. Off the top of my head, if I would do it like every 4 years, I'd move it around the globe so everybody had a chance at it.
Let's go further. I don't want to wait 4 years. Let's stagger them. Let's do winter and then every 2 years later do the summer.
Okay.
So we get every 2. You don't have to wait too long.
All right. You want to invest in this?
I'm down.
I'm going to need some seed money. About
I don't know, $1 billion.
Yeah, just let's start there, and we'll see.
Now the next Olympics, honestly, they're LA, right?
Yeah.
And is golf in the Olympics?
Yeah,
I know it has been.
I wonder where they're going to play.
It'll be somewhere, probably Brentwood.
Maybe you go down the road and play Pebble.
Well, you'd like to think. I know they're traveling. Pebble.
Seems. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
If I had tea time at Pebble, screw the Olympics.
No, they said
I only get once a chance in a lifetime.
I'm guessing it would be blocked off well in advance.
Well,
but
I'm just saying, if they call me after you just got to reserve that thing 6-8 months in advance.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Sorry,
whole
Mr.
idea
Thompson,
of this.
We had forgotten that week is the Olympics.
Oh yeah, you can play, but you'll just have to qualify for your nation.
You'll have to go off after 6 p.m.
You can play, but you're actually going to have to wear a Somalian flag shirt. We
have notes that there's several countries looking for representation.
Yeah. Do you have any ties to Somalia?
How are you with a dual passport to Iraq? The Iraqis are looking for it.
Yeah, you'll have to claim.
Golfer.
You're going to have to claim Libyan citizenship,
but
on the bright side,
play Brentwood,
free round. Hey!
But if you lose, they're gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, and then your family.
They're gonna kill you and your family. If you lose. But I get around at Pebble.
Harsh, man.
If I get around at Pebble Beach, it might be worth it.
What's going on here? Antonio says, Axeman, protect KBB at all costs. The Blitz fellows were trying to give KBB to caller 2.
What?
KBB would take them out in their sleep if that was to occur.
No.
KBB has spiritual and extraterrestrial powers.
They don't know I put a nanny cam in his eye.
That's right.
So.
And you know what? Pleasure knows better. Pleasure knows better than let something like that happen.
It wouldn't happen. And I'm telling you, it would be a curse.
It would be.
They would rue the day. I say a pox on their houses if they should touch and send KBB along the way.
That'd be foolish.
They would know better than that.
That'd be foolish, and that would start off a war that they would want no part of. I can assure you of that.
Like a movie. It's like a Netflix movie.
We
didn't want this war, you brought it.
That's right. And trust me, but believe me, lots of people have tried to come at the king. Not a king, but a lot of people say I should be the king.
Go low, we go lower. I'll go in the gutter, baby. I grew up on the southwest side.
That might start a fight in the old studio. Not I'm not saying that Rob and I could take Jason and Joe, but
it would see.
Yeah, you can.
I think maybe we could.
Yeah.
Oh, you start getting into that neck of woods. It's not physical. We get into the hearts and minds kind of
That's
stuff.
right. And
psyops.
I'm even worse at that. I'm a mean son of a gun.
We are.
You cross me,
Machiavellian.
you son of a gun. You watch.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Try to give away my cat.
That's Rob telling you, come on, man.
Come on, man. If Jason would have done that, I would have thrown his ass in the pond at the golf tournament on Monday. Which, by the way, we'll be at on Monday, and that's the big plan.
That is indeed. Man, I'm psyched. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes. I'm Rob. I'm gonna be your designated driver. Yeah, I'm gonna drive Rob around. Rob will do a shot with everybody on the course. One shot minimum with everybody.
I'm not going to get liquored up before the show. I can tell you that.
No.
After the show, I'm going to drink till I spew.
Something to look forward to.
Not going to get liquored up today.
Oh boy! All right, friends, we got a big show for you. We'll start digging into the football. Congratulations to the Seattle Mariners, who are your AL West champions. A couple other teams clinched their spot, and some history made in baseball last night.
Several different histories last night.
Yes. Oh, yes. So plenty more to talk about. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, for the most part in good shape, no major incidents. Now, it is about a 17-minute ride on 1604 westbound, I-10 to 281. 10 minutes, 1604 northbound, I-10 to 35. Your travel time, I-10 eastbound, 410 to 1604, about 5-6 minutes. And about a 5-minute ride along 281, southbound, 1604 on down to Wurzbach Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, You can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Football is back, baby, and Underdog is the best place to make your picks and win money all season long. You can play it in Texas, too. Guys, it is fun, it is exciting, and it's a great way to get in on the action. Playing is so easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. And you get it right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Is Dak going to go higher or lower on passing yards? Will CD score a touchdown or not? All that makes the game a lot more fun. Get in on the action at Underdog Fantasy. Download the app now. Sign up with promo code ALAMO to score $50 in bonus funds when you play the first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now, in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. We'll have Will Doctor, our golf expert, on the program at 7:45 to talk about the Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black.
Bethpage Black.
Is Bethpage Black the name of the whole place, or is it the Black course?
I always thought. I think that's the name. I think it's Bethpage-Black.
Okay, I just assume like
there's a black course and a red course. And a green
like
course.
it was like a ski resort, and it's like, oh, you're
this
on
is the hard one.
Yeah, this is
the Black Diamond.
Yeah, you're about to break your leg. Just say goodbye to your ACL. But yeah, I don't know. I'm out. So maybe that's something we can ask. We can ask Will as well, or we could probably just Google before he gets on, so we sound smarter than we are.
Isn't Bethpage one word?
Yeah. Bethpage but they always say Bethpage Black. So I just assumed it was like Bethpage is where it's at, and it's the black course.
I just assumed. I don't know.
And it could have something to do with race. I don't even know.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out.
Yeah,
on
I
a limb
doubt it too.
because that had been long gone.
Yeah, you're probably right. It could, it could be the color of the actual course. Like instead of like green grass, they paint the grass black just to make it a little.
Oh yeah.
That's like
a more difficult
the new
game.
Happy Gilmore movie.
Yeah,
They're taking the Happy Gilmore idea.
I mean, that's entirely possible. Not really, but it's I
Yeah.
guess. I guess it technically is, but it's not. All right. Let's before we dig into football, let's look a little bit at what happened in baseball last night. First of all, we have a really interesting MVP race in the AL.
Is
and
there?
I think you can make a really good argument for both guys. But Cal Raleigh hit 60 home runs last night.
There's no argument. He is where is well, I guess you say the same thing about the Yankees and Judge, but
right.
What he has done, it's worthy. Now I get as good as Judge has been, but he's gotten the award before, and there's no reason why that should preclude him from getting it again. But it kind of does. It kind of does.
Well, I will say it when you see the home run thing and you see he's a catcher, that certainly is it's hard to argue. But when you see also that Cal Raleigh is like a 247, 248 hitter and Judge hits 330.
Yeah, I know. The numbers give Judge the nod. They do. But the eye test.
No, the emotional. I like a guy named Big Dumper.
I'll give you some of that.
I like
the
a guy who plays
and
for Seattle
and all of that. Yes, I will admit. But that's should be part of it, shouldn't it?
No,
it's strictly a math test. It's strictly the IBM award. The numbers tell us.
No, but that's
I don't
not
agree with that.
I don't agree with it's just numbers, but we don't determine MVPs based on which guy feels good.
We kind of do. I kind of think we do. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but you kind of do. Now, in the NBA, the rule is you earn it the year before. But you know what I mean? You play great the year before, and if you weren't the odds-on favorite, you'll get it the next year regardless. But I do think this year, if you think most valuable, not best, not the mostest, but the most valuable.
Yeah.
And where is Seattle without it?
I mean, they're in the same place the Yankees would be without Judge.
Probably, but I feel like the Yankees probably have more. They've got other dudes that you go, well, where's Soto? I mean, where are the other guys? So you've got other guys that could step up. If it wasn't for Dumper, where is Seattle?
I mean, Julio Rodriguez, probably.
Well, I'm trying to find a myriad of small arguments to add up to a big one. You know what I mean? Because each individual doesn't stand against what Judge did. But the eye contest to me, the eye candy that was this story, just seems enough to kind of carry the day. To me, if I was voting and I'm like sitting in the Midwest and I'm looking east and I'm looking west and I'm going, where should it go? Where's the most value? I think it's in Seattle.
I think there is an argument to be made for Judge fatigue.
That's what I'm talking about. There's all these little arguments. You go, well, that doesn't hold enough water. But if I give you enough little ones, will it add up to enough for you to go, okay, I can do it with a clear conscience. And I think I kind of can. One, there is some Judge fatigue, and I'm not going to take away the ridiculous thing that he just did.
Yeah.
I mean 4 times. So, I get it. And without him, they're nothing. I also get that. But I also know he has one of these trophies.
He is the fourth. Judge became the fourth last night. Also, he hit his 50th and 51st the same night that Raleigh hit number 59 and 60. Judge became the fourth player in Major League history to hit 50 home runs in back-to-back seasons.
It's nuts. It really is crazy. But I just feel like what went down in Seattle, and as far as most valuable player,
batting average, he leads him by 79 points.
He does.
OPS by 174 points. Every big stat, and he leads
except
the major.
For the homers.
Except for homers. But he leads the majors in average on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS plus, WAR. He is the best stat player there
that's
is.
what I'm saying. And if there's the IBM award for that, give it to him. But most valuable player?
Not to mention the Yankees are a better team than the Mariners this year. At least, it's by a small margin, but they are.
I mean,
and I don't know. I get it. I'll hear an argument for both. That's why I think there is a real debate to be had. I mean, Judge, the best player in his team, has a better record. He's the best player on his team.
By the math, I agree wholeheartedly. By the math, and if you handed him the trophy, I'd applaud and say you earned it. I have no problem with it. But if I was a voter, I would go, I'm looking west. I'm looking at the story. I'm looking at the 60 home runs. I'm looking at the catcher, the Bambino, all of these great things. I don't want it to be forgotten as the second place in the MVP vote. You know what I mean?
I agree. And this isn't to be disparaging of Cal Raleigh.
I don't take it that way.
But if he were to win, it would be very narrative driven, which has become a pretty ugly word. Like, because there were people who said that when Lamar Jackson won the MVP over Dak, it was narrative driven.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Josh Allen won it last year over Lamar, it was narrative.
We said he was going to be the MVP, so he has to be the MVP. And I would get all of that. And really,
but there is a great narrative around Cal Raleigh.
And every Yankee fan who says, yeah, but it would be right. I mean, I get the argument that Judge is not only the best player, but the MVP.
I will also say that, I mean, not that center field's not a wildly valuable position defensively. Catcher is the most taxing position defensively. And Cal Raleigh's he's not an elite defensive catcher, but he's not a below average defensive catcher. The other thing that's pretty impressive is like the fact that he's hitting 60 home runs, doing it in a ballpark that is, like over the last 3 years is the most pitcher friendly ballpark in baseball. And he's hit 60 home runs in it.
That's nuts. I didn't realize that.
It is also, now, I mean, you're in the Babe Ruth, Roger Maris, Aaron Judge, and then PED crowd. Bond, Sosa, McGuire, I still count them, but some don't. But now you're in a very, very select group of guys, which Aaron Judge is also in, but not this season. Now, remember the year that it was 2012 when Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
But everybody was like, but Mike Trout's the best player.
Yeah.
And now both these teams are playoff teams. That certainly makes a difference. But like that new stat, I say new stat, WAR is now how we judge players.
And I think that was the turning point, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was, apparently. And now it's like, well, how can we say that now we have a statistical measurement of who the most valuable guys are? How do you not just almost give it to the guy who leads in that?
And that's Judge, right?
Yeah.
In every category. So as a non-baseball purist, as a guy who kind of looks at it as a fan and not a religion like those that vote.
Yeah.
I just look at what happened in Seattle and go, I think for me, most value as far as attention getting and uniqueness. And, for this year, I give it to him, but you had to Judge. No one on this planet could argue. No one. Even Raleigh would have to go, well, yeah, dude, he's hitting 100 points better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again,
I'll tell you what, both these guys are lucky that Shohei Ohtani plays for the Dodgers now instead of the Angels.
Truth, absolute truth. And can you imagine that kind of 3-man race, when it would be divided and what it would look like?
Yeah. So this is, I will say this, I do think, and while obviously he's already at 60 home runs, it's been a magical season. It's hard to argue that he could have been much better. If he hit 63 home runs, which now feels like a long shot, he's got 4 games left, but 63 home runs would be the most home runs ever hit by a player who had no tie to PEDs.
Wow.
And because that would pass Ruth, Maris, and Judge. So it would put him only behind Bond, Sosa, McGuire. It'd be hard for me to argue against him at all at that point, because now it's like, okay. And now what would be really sad if Dumper gets popped for the roids.
Because let's be real, this came out of nowhere. Normally when it does. I don't know.
You got a little bit of Brady Anderson feel to it.
Something might have changed. What was different this year than last?
Well, listen, man. Again, I'm fascinated by how people vote on this thing. Because I think you can make an argument for both guys.
If it's the purists and those that vote, those that look at baseball as a religion, it'll be judged.
Yeah,
again.
But I do think there is a such thing as Yankee fatigue, and there's certainly such a thing as Aaron Judge fatigue. Like people have Shohei Ohtani fatigue, which baffles me. I can't get enough of that guy.
Right. I feel like we've been shorted on him.
But there are people who like, oh, this guy's already won it a couple times. That's enough, So I do think that there are people who vote like that, and who am I to tell them how to vote? It's not that ridiculous, I suppose. All right, let's take a break. We'll keep the conversation rolling. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Dr. Jacob Torres is my doctor. I had a chance. It was time for my annual this month, and had a chance to see him and the great staff over at the Institute for Functional Health. And one thing that strikes me every time I'm there is the patients, the staff. Everybody's in such a good mood because everybody's getting better in one way or another. And that's why we're chasing when we go to the doctor, to get better, feel better, functionally live our better lives. And nothing has done more for me to do that than Torres and the Institute for Functional Health. I met him about 9 years ago now. I weighed about 300 pounds. There was no such thing as semaglutides back then. There was only one way to lose weight, and that was the old-fashioned way. Take in fewer calories. That makes sense until you have to live that kind of life, and that's where so many of us fail. And that's why Dr. Torres and his programs and methods have been so successful, because not only do you meld the science of weight loss, but the psychology that goes along with it. And how do you lose weight and give up things that you, quite frankly, didn't think you could? Well, after years with him, I have, and I've lost nearly 80 pounds, continue on my journey, as it were. But I'll tell you what, I'm never going to stop because I feel better. I live a better life. And if you're looking to live a healthier, better feeling life, call Dr. Torres today. Get started on a program you can live with from now on. Not worried about shots or pills or anything like that. Just focusing on your health. And believe it or not, it will change radically quickly. All you need to do is call him one time, let him explain to you, and you can get the process started immediately. Here's the number. It's 210-468-1891. His website is iffhealth.com. Go there. Read what he has to say. Take the functional health test. It will open your eyes. Listen, if it's time, if the doctors are telling you, or you just don't like the way you feel or look in the mirror, call Dr. Torres today. He'll change your life. And when he does, bring your skinny self over and you can thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, for the most part in good shape, no major incidents. Now, it is about a 17-minute ride on 1604 westbound, I-10 to 281. 10 minutes, 1604 northbound, I-10 to 35. Your travel time, I-10 eastbound, 410 to 1604, about 5-6 minutes. And about a 5-minute ride along 281, southbound, 1604 on down to Wurzbach Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Prime Big Deal Days. Looking for a kitchen upgrade? Prime Big Deal Days are coming. But even if that's not on your list, there will be deals on all kinds of must-haves. Up to 40% off. Shop Prime Big Deal Days on October 7th and 8th.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Baba, what happened to that rich girl you were seeing? I'm still broken up about that. I really am. I think she was probably wealthy. All right. She had one boob.
What?
Now, there's an interesting detail.
She has one boob?
One boob. Laura, how many boobs do you have?
I have 2.
He's not interested. Go ahead, Bob.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the HEB Plus, located at 4100 New Braunfels Avenue in Macrelis Market, San Antonio, from 9 a.m. to noon on Sunday, October 5th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by HEB.
Thinking about replacing doors or windows? Well, whether it's one, two, or all of them, for the best price and quality, I've got the company for you. Hi, everybody. This is Joe Reinagle from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. For windows and door renovations, call and compare. Whether it's a window or door project at home, or if you're a contractor, windows and door renovations. 210-284-7888. Offering a wide variety of designs, styles, and materials. Save more with window technology that helps maintain your home's temperature, making your AC work less and your electricity bill go down. They're also selling Anderson windows, and all of their work comes with a lifetime warranty. Get the best price. Call now, 210-284-7888. Proudly veteran-owned and committed to supporting our military community. For more information, look them up on Facebook as Windows and Door Renovations. Call today, 210-284-7888.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks. Let me tell you something. It is so good to be right. In Prize Picks, there's no better way to prove your knowledge than to play Prize Picks. And Dallas Cowboy fans, you know every game counts, so don't miss a moment of the action this season on Prize Picks. Make your picks on your favorite Cowboys every week and ride with the boys all season long. You got all kinds of play, all kinds of ways to go. Right now, Prize Picks is offering $50 in lineups. That's money you can play with. Use it and prove how good you are. Prize Picks. There's only one place to go. All you need to know is more or less. You can pick your players, you can pick your game, but we got the place for you. It's Prize Picks. And remember the code Alamo. Alamo's the one you need. If you put that in there, use the code Alamo for your $50 free play. That's $50 when you use the term Alamo. You know the game. Go play it in the right place. That's Prize Picks. It's so good to be right, and you're always right when you head to Prize Picks. Go get it today. Download the app, use the code Alamo, and you can come by and thank me later.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, the Cowboys had a lot of troubles against the Chicago Bears. What do they need to fix against Green Bay?
Can they fix it? We'll talk about it with Stephen Jones. He joined us at 4:35.
And what's wrong with the Texans? Woo. The General John McClain will know. He joins us at 5:15.
Plus, Seahawks Cardinals on Thursday Night Football.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, everybody. I guess we didn't even mention last night that the Mariners did win the division for their first time since 2001.
That's crazy.
Ichiro.
Pretty good.
The American League West now is a Seattle Mariner story. Who would have thought?
Not the Stros.
Astros, who had won 7 of the last 8, and the one that they didn't win was the COVID year. But yeah, that has just been a dominant league or division for the Astros, and quite frankly, anyone but the Seattle Mariners. Seattle won in 2001. Since then, the Rangers have won it 4 times. The Angels have won it 6 times, and even the Oakland A's. How many times do you think the Oakland A's have won the division since the last Seattle
run? There's a couple in the 09, right? There's three times? 6, yeah.
Counting the COVID one, but 6 times the lowly Oakland A's have won.
Well, that RIP, baby.
Yep. So Seattle finally gets it done here and wins the division. Now that the Astros are basically dead in the water and they're rolling over and taking it.
That was, okay. I get it. I truly do get last night. That team, they made their reservations. They're on their way to Cabo and around.
Quit.
Yeah, they quit.
There's no question they've quit. Given what we've seen the last 5 games, that is a team that absolutely quit.
Remember we talked, what was that locker room like after that loss? Now I know.
Yeah.
They were all talking to the travel agent.
And it's crazy because that franchise has gotten by for such a long time on like this brotherhood and like we're just going to do it, like we're going to find a way, and they have found a way for a long time and didn't this time. I don't know why it pisses me off so much that they didn't, because like you said, like, do you really want to see them in the playoffs? The answer is probably not, but I just felt like I definitely didn't want to see them go out like this.
Well, like, how does it end? Normally, how does it end? At least it
normally doesn't end by blowing a massive division lead.
Exactly. So this was as painful as it can be, but at least it wasn't like the ownership just, all in one swoop just peeled away all the talent. This was just kind of, everybody got a little old and everybody started asking a little bit too much money, and a slow degradation that they fought off for a couple of years and kept winning. But I think now we can now at least question whether they should be spending a little bit more money.
Throw dirt on these guys. Throw dirt, and they'll go, well, why do we got to spend more money? Look at the Mariners. They're not spending a bunch of money. Yeah. Stupid Jim Crane. Just open up.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not.
I am.
Hey, it was a good squeeze. Ridiculous. It really was. I mean, if you look at the life of an Astros fan, it's been pretty damn good.
All right.
So
it sucks today, Rob. I can tell you
it does. But I've come to the end of a couple of franchise glory days in my time, and it's always sucks, ignominious.
Well, it sucks almost just as much right now for the Detroit Tigers, who have lost their division lead as well. The Guardians take over first place last night with a win over the Tigers. This is an unreal collapse. This is the first time the Guardians have had first place in the AL by themselves since April 22nd. Great timing with 4 games left in the season.
The 30 for 30 on this is going to be so good.
I mean, to me, this would be more painful for the Tigers than it would be for the Astros.
What's a better story here? The collapse of Detroit or the Cleveland run? What's a better story?
The collapse of Detroit is the story.
Well, you can go on the other side of the fence, and we talked about it yesterday. Cleveland made this run batting at 26th and I mean, they have 3 pitching arms. That's it. And one semi-famous dude. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's not a better story. It certainly feels like it will be, just one that none of us were paying any attention to because we were watching Detroit just implode.
Well, Detroit now, they are at an 85.5% chance to make the playoffs. That's their playoff odds. The Red Sox are now at 99.6%. Yeah. They are 1 win away, or 1 Detroit/Houston loss away from clinching. The Astros 1 game behind the Tigers right now. They are at a 17.2% playoff odds with 4 games to go. So, I mean, like I said, I did say that the best thing that could happen to the Rangers is whoever wins that Cleveland-Detroit series does it in a sweep because it keeps you in the mix.
Right.
But I also thought the Astros wouldn't get swept by the freaking Sacramento A's, the freaking River Cats, who are beating up on the Houston Astros. So I don't know that it matters much at this point. But honestly, I might rather see the Tigers in the playoffs than the Astros.
I think so.
They at least feel like they'd have a chance because they were good for most of the season.
And it could be one of those because they're not this bad.
No.
You know what I mean? So they are fully capable, you feel like, of just kind of flipping the switch when the playoffs start and making a run that would make this story even more remarkable.
And the Astros or the Rangers also waited until last night when they were officially eliminated to get off their losing streak, and they won again last night. So congrats, Rangers.
Game slide. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, way to go. All right, we'll be back. Wrap up hour number 1 on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You know, Twin Peaks is waiting on you this week as the football season rounds into form. There's no better place to sit around and watch the big games with your buds than a man cave. And when you think in Twin Peaks, think about the Fridays alone. And it's kind of a triple witching Friday coming up this week. Tomorrow, you can raise your glass and start Oktoberfest the right way and keep it raised for your authentic Stein hoisting competition. Join in on Fridays all month long at 6 p.m. this month for a chance to win weekly prizes and Sam Adams swag. And while you're there on Friday, it's also Bourbon and Brews night. So they're going to be tasting all the finest bourbons you only dream of. They're going to have available to you right there at Twin Peaks while all the big games are on. And if you're coming to watch a Cowboy game, wear your Cowboy jersey on Sunday. They got a great jersey promotion going on. They're giving away epic Cowboys jerseys all season long just for catching the games live with them. So as the Packers arrive, go check out the Cowboys at Twin Peaks for every boys game and for a chance to win. Ask your Twin Peaks girl for more details. That's Twin Peaks. The eeks are always spectacular. The drinks are icy cold. The fun's supreme. But let me tell you why I go. It's those scenic views.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE Connecticut.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's with 8 convenient locations. Orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Guys, it's summertime. Carbox got you covered with summertime beers. Whether it's the Love Street Blonde Kolsch Ale, the Rhubarb, which is their latest Fun Series beer, or a Ziegenbach, Crawford Bach, whatever you're looking for, there's something for everybody's taste in Carbox lineup. Check them out at all your local stores.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props to this year's tournament sponsor, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, who hits back when life hits hard, and plenty of Sports Star love to Fly by Yingling and PPM Motorhomes too. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hell
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who's this, you two?
Yeah, that's a good band.
Yeah. One burning desire. Let me stand next to your fire. Let me stand next to your fire. Yeah, baby. Also, one last baseball note. We should be done with baseball for the day. Phillies hit 8 home runs last night.
Good God.
What? Yeah.
I hadn't paid attention.
Yeah, they got an 11-1 win over the Miami Marlins, including 2 for Kyle Schwarber to pad his NL lead in home runs, 55 and 56. How great is it that in a year where, you know, Kyle Schwarber's hit 56 home runs, no one's really talking about it because a guy named Dumper is hit 60.
The Bambino baby.
But we were talking about it during one of the breaks. Like, Kyle Schwarber was non-tendered by the Cubs and then DFA'd by the Red Sox, and now he's.
I could argue first ballot.
You're arguing that in the NL, while we were talking about the AL MVP race, there's going to be discussion.
He's good.
Kyle Schwarber or Shohei, and it
Shohei.
Depends on how much fatigue there is on either one of those.
We're
guys.
going to have to rename the National League MVP the MVP not named Shohei.
Yeah,
when he's pitching and hitting, how do you not?
Let's see. According to DraftKings today, who do you think is the favorite to win in the American League?
Judge, I would think, just because of
Cal Raleigh minus 200.
Good.
Judge plus 160. My guess is you could have probably live traded this and got plus money on both of them in the last week at some different point. But,
maybe.
Oh my God. There are 3 guys listed on the board for the National League, only 2 for the AL. Juan Soto is 25-1.
Nah.
Kyle Schwarber is 19-1, and Shohei is minus 20,000.
Yeah, see,
but you would have to bet $20,000 to win 100.
Well, think of it though. I mean, we're to a point, and when he's fully healthy, If he's doing both, how is he not?
No,
if he's
I mean,
successful at both, what do you do? Most valuable player. He's the epitome of that.
But kind of like the reason why I said it was kind of unnoticed. The Phillies last night clinched a first round bye in the playoffs. They will be at home in a best of 5 series at some point.
At least by the name, I think they've got the best manager in the last 100 years. I'm just saying.
Well, you could make
just
a discussion
by the name.
You could make an argument for that. So there you go. Phillies and the Brewers. The NL runs through Philadelphia and Milwaukee, apparently. Who would have thought the Dodgers wouldn't be on they might have to be on the road. All right. We'll get into some football on the other side. It's about time to dig into that sport. We got plenty of college, plenty of NFL to get into. Morning Huddle 94.1.
KTFM Floresville, your home for the Super Bowl. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Football is back, baby, and Underdog is the best place to make your picks and win money all season long. You can play it in Texas, too. Guys, it is fun, it is exciting, and it's a great way to get in on the action. Playing is so easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. And you get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Is Dak going to go higher or lower on passing yards? Will CD score a touchdown or not? All that makes the game a lot more fun. Get in on the action at Underdog Fantasy. Download the app now. Sign up with promo code ALAMO to score $50 in bonus funds when you play the first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
George gets justice.
After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money.
Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Your favorite neighborhood spots run unsquare. You know the ones. Maybe it's the popular shop that just opened a new location by you, or the big sports bar that's always packed on game day. These places make the neighborhood, and the money spent there stays in your community. Square powers more than 4 million neighborhood businesses worldwide. To learn more, go to square.com or just stop by your favorite local business. See you in the neighborhood. Square.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few stalls, 35 southbound 410 and 35 northbound South Cross. Both of those are off to the right shoulder. Some debris in the roadway, 35 southbound at George Beach. It's taking up the right lane. Little bit of a delay from right around 410 South Cutoff. Filling in along 90 eastbound, 211 to 410, about a 15-minute ride, and about 10 minutes along 1604 northbound Culebra on up to FM 1560 Houseman Road. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Houston Astros fell to the Sacramento A's yesterday 6-0, effectively falling out of the playoff picture as we sit today. In the NFL, the Green Bay Packers will be without right tackle Zach Tom, who is not expected to play Sunday night versus the Cowboys due to an oblique injury he suffered in the loss to Cleveland. We have Thursday Night Football tonight, and San Antonio Sports Star will have it for you as the Seahawks take on the Arizona Cardinals starting at 6:30 with the pregame. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, baby. 701 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you all here on a small Friday. Yes.
Finally.
It's well, I don't like to say finally
We're
until
not
it's
there
Friday.
yet. We're not there
and
yet.
then I like to become George Jones and say, it's finally Friday. We got to work that song in. I love it. Makes me happy. All right. Here's where we're at in the world of collegiate football, Rob. This is for some people, it is their last week off before they start the meat of their schedule.
Conference, baby.
For others, this is the start of conference things. We have there is the slate is still limited on Thursday nights. Army is at East Carolina tonight in college football, if you're interested in those sorts of things. But we got a couple games this weekend, or a couple games tomorrow where teams are starting the meat of their schedule. Florida State is on the road in conference at a 3-1 Virginia team that's kind of
sneaky,
been a little better than I think people thought. But I think one of the bigger games this week is TCU at Arizona State. I said last week that the Utah Texas Tech winner was probably going to be playing for a Big 12 championship at the end of the season.
I think that's true.
You can make a real argument. The winner of this game is going to be on the other side of them.
Well, maybe.
I mean,
depending.
Arizona State, who knocked off Baylor last week.
I think Arizona State's got the inside track. I'm very impressed with Leavitt.
You can't be more impressed with him than you are with Hoover.
I already knew Hoover was good. I had questions about Levitt being propped up. I think that those two teams are probably second and third. I think that's hard to argue right now. There's still some more football to be played, but
so for a standalone Friday game, that's a big game.
And I would like to see. I didn't really put this game in its place, but now that I'm thinking about it, you might be there.
I mean, because the winner of this game is going to be unbeaten in the Big 12. Well, I mean, for TCU, it'd be 1-0, so it's not like it's a big thing, but they'd be 4-0 overall. And TCU's schedule does not include Texas Tech, does not include Utah.
Wow.
So they've got a pretty favorable draw. To the point where they'll have their toughest game after this one is going to be home against Iowa State.
Well, what happens if Arizona State wins this? Which that's not a big if.
Arizona State's favored in this game. They're 3.5-point home favorites. If Arizona State wins, that puts them at 2-0 in the Big 12 with wins over Baylor and TCU, who are, I think, kind of in that same class as them. But what it really sets them up for is their next two games. At Utah and home to Texas Tech.
They can't beat either one of those teams.
Well,
you know what I mean? I don't think they can beat Utah.
Then they better beat TCU.
Yeah. I felt like Arizona State might be better, but you tell me that TCU doesn't face the others, then they'll skate. TCU is a pretty good team.
I think so too. I think I'm maybe in a minority here about where I have TCU, but I do power ratings every week and say, okay, this team they should be favored over this much. I've got TCU 5 points better than Arizona State on a neutral field.
I feel like Arizona State's better than TCU, but I don't think they're better than Utah or Tech. So I see them beating TCU, but TCU skating to the end and watching ASU lose two straight games to two teams that are better than they are.
Yeah, I mean, and you could argue that TCU. I don't know. I like TCU. It's not a big win, but they dominated on the road at North Carolina. They humiliated Bill Belichick in his first week, and then last week I thought they really controlled SMU.
I didn't think they'd be able to do what they did. It was pretty impressive.
I'm starting to think that team is pretty good. But again, with the schedule rolling out the way it is, that's kind of a dark horse team.
If ASU would have held on in Mississippi. Mississippi State, would we look at them differently? Because I think Mississippi State's turned out to be a little bit better than people thought. It was a humiliating collapse,
I would look at them differently because I still look at Mississippi State as they're at a minimum a bottom quartile SEC
absolutely
team.
No doubt, but they're not as bad as we assumed. But if Arizona State would have held on the road like that, I think we'd be looking at them a lot differently.
Had Arizona State lost the coin flip at Baylor last week, we'd be looking at them differently too. So
I guess there are arguments to be made, but I will tell you this: I think Sam Levitt's an NFL quarterback.
I think most people do at this
point.
So
I think that might be right now enough for me. But if you tell me that TCU doesn't have that tough side of the schedule, this is one of those cake games that TCU didn't have to take that seriously. They could lose this thing and still play for the conference championship. So I kind of like them in the long run, though I still like Arizona State.
Moving on to Saturday, USC and Illinois. Illinois looking to bounce back from the beheading they took at the hands of Curt Cignetti in Indiana. They are at home against USC. USC a 6.5-point favorite. I don't want to bet Illinois. The spot would say I should. USC's got to travel for an early morning game. But I just saw Illinois get their ass kicked, so it's usually a bounce back spot. But I thought Illinois was completely overrated to begin with. Thankfully, the AP poll knocked them down to 23rd, which the idea that they were ever in the top 10 was laughable.
That Duke win that everybody thought,
they probably shouldn't have even been top 25. But here we sit. Notre Dame and Arkansas this weekend.
This is a hell of a football game. Because Sam Pittman is literally coaching for his life.
This is a desperation bowl.
Yeah. It is.
Because
it truly is.
Imagine Notre Dame falling to 1-3.
This is going to be a blood and guts football game, and two pretty decent quarterbacks going at each other. The Arkansas quarterback, what's his name? Talon. Yeah. A hell of an athlete. Not a lot of fun to watch. I'm not sure how effective he is, but this is going to be a blood and guts battle. I mean, loser goes home for real.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Arkansas is home.
Yeah, what I'm saying is Sam Pittman gets fired, goes home.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about the safety of Notre Dame coach if they lose.
I mean, he's safe, but it's certainly not pretty.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah, he's not going to get fired this year. But you don't make the playoff for a couple years at Notre Dame, that they fire you.
Okay, Ohio State is at Washington.
I think this is a whooping.
The money keeps pouring in on Washington. First of all, they're down.
What do they know that I don't?
They're down to 7.5 points. Well, Washington's pretty good so far. They've looked good, and Ohio State hasn't. I mean, they didn't run away. They didn't run away from Texas, and that win in hindsight doesn't look as dominant as it was.
Well, no, that defense is pretty damn good. I mean, that defense has lived up to the hype. I just don't think 7.5 is enough.
In the last 20 years, the number one team in the country has been favored by single digits over an unranked team twice. It was Notre Dame -4.5 at USC in 2012, and now Ohio State -7.5 at Washington.
What is it about Washington that looks so appealing other than home field? Honestly, is there an injury that I don't know about on defense? Because I don't see 7.5 points. Washington?
Well, first, I do think home field is a big factor here.
No, I get it. Time zone. Other than that,
home field in the Big Ten is going to be looked at as like this really valuable thing. My concern, I want to play Washington here, and I still might. They just haven't played anybody really all season. They played Colorado State, UC Davis, and then they won at Washington State last week, which is a rivalry game. It's a nice win, but I just think it's a well-coached team. They seem solid, and it's a tough place to go play for an Ohio State team that, while I think they're good, I would it's not like they're great or not flawed.
I didn't say that.
We don't know. I still don't know if I like their quarterback even a little bit.
Man, I can't imagine Washington being physical enough to keep it within 10 points.
That we saw Ohio State beat Texas by 7 in a rock fight in their building. And then we saw them beat Grambling and Ohio.
No, you're right. You're saying all the right things. I just don't look at Washington as much because primarily of their schedule. This seems propped up.
And remember, it was 13-3 Ohio State at halftime against the Ohio Bobcats. They had a 10-point halftime lead.
It didn't end that way,
and at one point it was 13-9. Like they made it a game. I just don't know if I trust this Ohio State team to run away from anybody who's got a pulse, and now going on the road for their first time.
I give the road a couple of points, but if you force me to say, would you put money on it? It would be Ohio State to cover.
Fair enough. I mean, the market seems to disagree with you, though.
I feel like I don't know something.
It was 10.5 last week.
That's about right. To me, that's where I would have put it.
LSU and Ole Miss.
That's a football game.
They're going to be in Oxford, Mississippi. That's the 2:30 kick. Well, I guess the same time as the Ohio State-Washington game, 2:30 kick. There's a couple good games at 2:30. We'll get to Auburn, Texas A&M here in a minute. But that LSU-Ole Miss game is going to be the big national game. Ole Miss, a 1.5-point favorite, looking to go 3-0 in the SEC. They've already got a couple wins over Kentucky and Arkansas. Their schedule, they backloaded one of their games, so they've got the Citadel, in November.
Stashes a game like that too.
So they've already played 2 conference games, and they play Washington State randomly, maybe in a couple weeks. But
you've seen the Les Miles' daughter is dating a player from LSU.
Garrett Nussmeier, I think.
No, it's the kid that they highlighted in the Netflix. It's a linebacker.
Oh, okay. Not what I saw then.
There was 2 brothers.
Okay, that's not what I saw.
Whatever the case, it made for an interesting pregame photo.
Well,
this is a blood and guts game. This is neighbor, man. Yeah,
I'll tell you, I kind of like Ole Miss here.
Anytime you can beat Brian Kelly, I'm for that team. And it's hard for me to root for Les Miles, but if you have the chance, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And this week, Les, let's go to lunch. Let's have a friendly lunch. Beat them.
I've seen it a couple times now, and everybody's like, well, this LSU defense is so great. Okay.
They're good.
And maybe they are.
They are.
But so far, they've played Clemson, who we now know it just sucks. Like, they're not good at all. And we saw them beat Florida. And it turns out, Florida, it took 5 interceptions for Florida to lose that game by 10 points.
You turned them over 5 times.
Okay,
you're right.
My question is, do you think Ole Miss is going to turn it over 5 times?
No,
I think there's no way in hell.
I think this will be the measure of how good is this defense. But I do think they're pretty damn good.
I do too, but I think this is the first time they're going to be really tested by a competent offense.
Just put it on them, Ole Miss. Just put them on.
And boy, Lane Kiffin, if he's got a chance to hurt your feelings, he will do it. I love that about Lane. Auburn at A&M. This is A&M minus 6.5 is the spread.
Coming off a bye. I mean, I really do expect A&M to kind of open fast. If you're a first half better, look at that. Auburn has traditionally given A&M problems, but it was more about coaching and scheme and the old Malzahn eye candy stuff that's kind of gone. I wouldn't want to play A&M at home after coming off a bye week and a big win like that. I do think that this might be one of those A&M feel real good about yourself game before things get bad.
What I believe about A&M is their offense is legit. I don't trust their defense really at all, and Auburn is pretty good.
You like Dart or what's the quarterback? What's his Jackson Arnold more than I do. I don't think he's very good.
Well, he looked good when he was taking a dump on Baylor early in the season.
I'm not. That's just personal. There's a reason he's there, and I watched him at OU. I think when it comes to push comes to shove, there's a couple of mistakes in him.
Okay. First of all, my first take on this is I think it's a very high scoring game.
Yeah, I do too.
But I played Auburn at 7.5. I probably wouldn't play it under a touchdown just to give you an idea of where I'm sitting on it. But the market has pushed it from 7.5 to 6.5 for a reason. I just think that's the limit of where I want to go. I think A&M should win this game, and if A&M is legit, they should win this game.
They better.
But I really need to see A&M. I need to see a better performance out of their defense than I've seen so far.
And that's the reason I talk about the bye week. I think they've had a time to get a little healthier, but more importantly, kind of address the scheme issues that I think got left by the side.
I mean, they gave up 40 points to Notre Dame, and I think Notre Dame is like okay on offense.
Yeah,
okay.
Notre Dame at home at night. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. They shouldn't, and they
shouldn't put up 40 on anybody.
And they've been gashed by the best running back in college football. Yes. By the numbers. So, I mean, they have had it by the best, and they did go against maybe the true best running back in Love. And that's victimized what is obviously a run-deficient defense. They have issues between the tackles. So that's where Auburn's chances lie right there. They run a football. It's going to be a high-scoring, fast-paced football game.
All right, we'll finish looking at some college football on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Guys, if you are in the San Antonio area and you work in oil and gas, then you understand how vital it is to keep your operation up and moving, not losing dollars, because that's what shutdowns do. They cost you money. And that's where LNS Pump Repair Machine Shop comes in. Your hometown team specializing in everything from saltwater disposal pumps to heavy-duty H pumps. They've got 24/7 on-site service and stocked parts. So they're not just fixing pumps. They keep your operation moving, and that is so vital. And they've got flat rate preventative maintenance, keeps you ahead of the game. If you need a new setup, you need a new pump built, they'll build you a custom skid package from the ground up, just like that. So if your pump's knocking or your flow is slowed down, call the trusted pros over at LNS Pump Repair, 936-853-3810. That's 936-853-3810. Tell them your friend AJ sent you. It's LNS Pump Repair Machine Shop, keeping San Antonio's oil and gas operations in championship form all season long. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's, with 8 convenient locations, orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit TremfyaRadio.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props to this year's tournament sponsor, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, who hits back when life hits hard, and plenty of Sports Star love to Fly by Yingling and PPM Motorhomes too. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh, Vic, you know the way to my heart. You like this one, Rob?
No, not at all.
What?
You know where I stand on this. I don't. From a perspective that, quite frankly, I don't.
You helped me down when I got up. Hey! Oh, man, you can't stop her. Why? Like thunder gonna crush you down, held me down, but I got up. Hey! I see it all. I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire, 'cause I am a champion. You're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion.
Don't leave.
'Cause I
We'll
am a champion. You're gonna hear me roar. How do you not? That song gets you jacked up, man.
It jacks me up, that's for sure.
That's what
I'm feeling jacked up right now.
Aggies better play that before they head out to play Auburn.
I think that they should.
You want to?
That was Jimbo's fight song.
You know what? I bet you know who probably plays this. Auburn. You better be careful if Auburn plays it.
Auburn might be playing us, right?
Yeah.
They might be jamming some Taylor Swift of their own.
This is
we got our
Perry,
Katie. I said we got our Katie. They can go to their Taylor, and we'll all be fired up together.
Okay. I don't know how you can't not appreciate that song. What a song!
I don't appreciate it. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I don't.
That's crazy. It just makes you feel like she's a champion.
It feels like I'm driving a teenage girl to a band camp.
What? That song, you just because it's a girl singing?
It's yeah. Well,
look at the message, man. She's got the fire. Man, hate her.
Not a liker, that's for sure.
Border Jumper says, when did this turn into KTFM?
It is KTFM.
I got news for you. This is KTFM.
We are KTFM, but I appreciate the old school reference. Vic and I both went, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, well,
kind of.
This is KTFM. Yeah.
Well,
we truly are KTFM, by the way.
Yeah. So enjoy it. Enjoy it, Border Jumper. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the games this weekend. Indiana back in action. Indiana, a 7.5-point road favorite at Iowa.
That's not enough either. Except Iowa plays some defense, but my man Fernando is on a Heisman campaign, baby. We need 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, Iowa's a tough team. I mean, they're very good defensively, although they did give up 28 to Rutgers last week, which was odd. And their one loss was that loss in the Cyhawk game at Iowa State. So I'm not sure where they're at. Also for Indiana, this is like a sandwich game in a way. They played that Illinois team, which was a top 10 team, and the next week they're at Oregon. I don't know. I mean, in this, I'm not one to say Cignetti's not going to blow out anybody, but if I were him, I'd probably hold a little bit back because
is it in him? Is he capable of that? I don't think he's capable of holding back.
I don't know.
Have you seen him yet?
No,
I mean,
no, not when he has a chance. When he has a chance to do, and what's funny is next week he might not have a chance against Oregon,
right?
So when he's got a chance to, he runs it up on you. So
I'm not a believer in Indiana yet. I do think there's a lot of flash going on there, but a couple of wins in a month, we might.
What do you mean? They were a playoff team last year.
I know.
What's it take, Rob?
I don't know, but I have this. Really, but. You continue to pile up some points like that, and you do it with 2 different quarterbacks, with 2 different schemes, 2 different styles. Yeah, now I'm starting to get impressed.
How about the Tennessee Vols at Mississippi State? Tennessee, a 7.5-point road favorite against the unbeaten Bulldogs.
Which is shocking. I don't think Mississippi State is as good as their record.
Oh, I'm certain they're not.
You know what I mean? But they are at home, and it is the SEC, and this this young quarterback in Tennessee's making a name for himself. I've never seen a team happier in a loss than Tennessee. They certainly were reveling in the collapse, but they did play them tight, so I give them some credit.
And
but we still got beat.
We would think a lot differently of Tennessee had they won that Georgia game.
I agree. So I like them on the road. I don't know if they cover that.
Arizona and Iowa State, 2 unbeaten Big 12 teams. Arizona's going up to Ames. Iowa State, a 5.5-point favorite there.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't believe in either of these teams. So I've got no interest. Oregon's at Penn State. Maybe I would say that's the game of the week. 2 top 10 teams going at it. Penn State, a 3.5-point favorite at home. Man, the winner of this game is basically a playoff team.
Yeah, I can't imagine how you couldn't, even if you lost your conference title game. If you win this game, you're basically in. I just can't trust Penn State. I want to. I picked them to win it all this year.
In these big games, it's hard, man.
Right now, I think Oregon's the best team in football, in college football, playing at their best, but on the road, 2-3 time zones. I bet it's going to be a whiteout.
It's a night game. So,
oh Lord, it's going to be crazy.
But I will say, for Oregon's sake, better that it's a night game than an 11 a.m. kick.
It's their clock. I agree. My gut tells me to take Oregon.
I think I'm going to take Oregon in the points.
Yeah.
Alabama's at Georgia. Alabama, a 3.5-point dog on the road.
God, what a weekend we got.
It's funny because Alabama, since that opening loss there were people who thought that Wisconsin was going to hang with them last week, and they smashed Wisconsin.
Alabama's pissed off. At least they have been.
And it turns out Florida State might be better than we thought they were. This is a real measuring stick game, though, because Georgia, like I said, that Tennessee game, I think they easily could have lost it. They played like ass against Austin Peay, which is an FCS school. They won that game 28-6. I don't think there's any way you can feel good about that win.
And this is in Georgia?
It's in Georgia, yeah.
Between the hedges, man.
But this is a big game for I think maybe for both coaches, this is a big game.
Yeah, Kirby's fine, but he can suffer a couple of defeats.
But Kalen
needs to prove something to people, and this would be enough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? No matter what happens for the rest of the year,
it would shut people up for a little while.
It would be, and they're playing really good football right now. They're better than Tennessee. There's no question.
Oh, I think so, too. UMass is at Missouri. Missouri, a 43.5-point favorite. My goodness. And BYU and Colorado. BYU, a 6.5-point road favorite. I think there's going to be a whole lot of points scored in that game.
Yeah, that Colorado defense is terrible.
Yeah, they're bad. So there you go. There's a look at your weekend in college sports.
Man, we've got LSU, Ole Miss, and Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah,
this weekend.
I guess I should mention some of the local Texas squads. Houston's at Oregon State. Houston, a 13.5-point road favorite.
That's a good pick too.
At Oregon State.
See what happened to Oregon State.
Yeah, I don't think they're very good at all. This isn't a local team, but I do like Kansas this weekend against Cincinnati. I think Kansas is kind of flying under the radar, and Jalen Daniels is playing really good ball.
I like him.
Back healthy for the first time in a while.
He's 28 years old now?
It seems like it, yeah, but he's solid. North Texas, a 12.5-point favorite against South Alabama.
If they had a hell of a 3 quarters of football beating the way they beat Army, they just let it get too close, man. They scared the fool out of me.
They scared the fool out of me, too. Listen, anytime you're trying to run out the clock and you fumble running out the clock, it's hard for me to trust you, but I do like
good.
What I've seen.
They're a good football team. I think they're going to be all right this weekend. But
good golly. Baylor's at Oak State. Baylor, a 20.5-point favorite on the road. I don't even know who's going to be coaching Oklahoma State this week.
I saw the dude talking, the interim guy. He said what interim coaches say. This could be a buzzsaw kind of environment. I think Baylor's good enough to win, but it wouldn't shock me to see Oklahoma State jump up and do something inspired.
I don't think they can win.
I don't think they got anything
They haven't won a Big 12 game in 2 years.
I know, but this is one of those because Baylor ain't that good. I like their quarterback, but they're better than Oklahoma State. They should beat them by 2 touchdowns, but this is one of those. Very rarely do schools get themselves in this kind of situation. And if you're going to fire your coach, you better have everybody fired up to go win a game against a team that you should at least be able to compete. Well, no, I don't think you should be able to beat them, but you should be able to compete with them. And then you add the energy of a college team just trying to make right. It might be something to look at.
Rice is at Navy. Navy, a 14.5-point favorite. 44.5 is a total. I'll tell you what, I like the under, and I like Rice.
Really?
This is, for all intents and purposes, this is a Service Academy game. Rice is now running Service Academy offense. These are the 2 slowest teams in the country on a per-play basis. They go out there, they run the clock down to 2, and they snap it, and they run the ball, and the clock keeps moving. It's really hard. I never rule of thumb, never, ever, ever bet a service academy as a double-digit favorite. I just don't do it. It's like if you fade every double-digit service academy favorite, you're like 65%. I mean, it is almost free money. But Navy is going to slow this game down.
Double-digit road favorite.
No, double-digit favorite period.
Okay.
As a service academy.
Okay,
So Army, Navy, Air Force, don't bet them as favorites because that's not what they're there to do.
Right.
They're there to get a lead, sit on the ball, and grind clock. And Rice, on the other hand, they're trying to grind clock because they want to shorten the game so they can keep it close. There might be like 9 possessions in this game. So I think that's something to look at. Is there anybody else from Texas playing this weekend?
Texas State got a game?
I think they're off this week. So no. Oh, UTEP. UTEP plays Louisiana Tech.
Are they in Texas?
They are in Texas, indeed. UTEP a 3.5-point home dog. I backed UTEP last week after they fought with Texas. I said maybe they got a little fight. They suck. What a joke team UTEP is.
Poor UTEP.
No, I don't feel bad for
But
them.
here's a fact. There's an NFL player on that team. They get somebody drafted every year.
They do.
They really do. I don't know how, but somebody in the league every year from UTEP.
Yeah, but I think I can't trust them anymore. They're outside the circle of trust. All right, let's take our break. When we come back, we'll talk to Will Doctor, who is our golf expert. We'll talk about the Ryder Cup, see if we can make some money on that bad boy. NFL coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about my good friends over at Carbach Brewing. Oh, yes. You heard Eric Warner on with us earlier. The Carbach's about to be out there doing the Great American Beer Fest. They're doing all their hop selection right now. They're, Oktoberfest. It's a great time to be in beer. And Carbach is putting their best foot forward out there at the Great American Beer Fest coming up next week. They are they've got a few beers entered, and almost all of their beers are fantastic. I think there's something for everybody in their lineup. I say that all the time. I really do mean it. Their Kolsch Style Blonde, that is Love Street. That's their best seller. You'll be able to find that all over San Antonio. Hopadillo's their flagship IPA. Crawford Bock, Ziegenbach, both great year-round beers. And right now, you can find Pumpkin and Lager and Carb Oktoberfest, both a couple of the seasonals you'll be able to find in select accounts. But it's not just the grocery stores and liquor stores. You're going to find it all over bars and restaurants in San Antonio as well. So when you're out and about, you're watching the football games this weekend, you want to elevate your beer game a little bit, go and ask your bartender to please make it a Carbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few stalls, 35 southbound 410 and 35 northbound South Cross. Both of those are off to the right shoulder. Some debris in the roadway, 35 southbound at George Beach. It's taking up the right lane. A little bit of a delay from right around 410 South Cutoff. Filling in along 90 eastbound, 211 to 410, about a 15-minute ride. And about 10 minutes along 1604 northbound Calabria on up to FM 1560 Hausman Road. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Just Ponts. Pregame at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
It's football season, and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit is just a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your four-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
The
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
These guys around the country made a fan page for us. So, Rico Suave, what is it that stimulated you about our program?
It's a love of the show, man.
What would you like to see us do more of since you're a P1 listener?
Girls on trampolines during the break. They're pre-K.
Man.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with a Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy, and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the new HEB College Park, located at 7330 North Loop 1604 in San Antonio from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday, October 4th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by HEB.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Fuel up like a champ at Tamalitos Mexican Restaurant, your San Antonio spot for daily lunch specials and game day flavor. Proud sponsor of the San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Tournament. Swing by Tamalitos today, where every bite is a win.
L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop, your go-to for saltwater disposal and pump repairs, on-site service 24/7, parts on hand, and full pump packages ready to roll. Call L&S 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
We're going to be tested this week. I know what the numbers say. I get it. They have given up some explosives, but this is a good football team we're getting ready to go play. They've got good players on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Hey, man, this is a National Football League, and these guys will be a challenge for us and should be a heck of a football game.
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game, Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Is more Rob's speed.
It's so damn easy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Axman and Bobcat on KTFM. I think we call it when we say it like that, it sounds
worked, right?
Makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the Buyers Barricade guest line. We've got a very, very special guest today. All the way from Houston, Texas. I think that's where he's at today. I don't know. He might be gallivanting
sidelines at Bethpage.
Yeah, he might be at Bethpage black or purple or yellow. I don't even know which one it could be. But Will Doctor, our golf expert, joins us here on the program. Good morning, Will.
AJ, Rob, thanks for having me on. Ready to roll for the 45th Ryder Cup at Bethpage. I'm here in Houston, actually. It's a circus there at Bethpage. Impossible to actually cover that tournament from on site. So here at the HQ in Houston this morning.
Oh, yeah. The president's going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be a mess anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Bethpage.
And by the way, go to if you have the away, go watch this live on our YouTube feed. So, you can see Will.
And so foursomes and four balls on Friday. That'll be on USA Network. You can watch the second the third and fourth session on Saturday on NBC. And then they finish with Sunday singles on NBC as well. So it's all going to be on cable network this week, guys.
Okay, so let me ask you first about this course. Is it Bethpage and is Black like one of the courses there, or is the place called Bethpage Black?
Yeah, no, it's correct. The Black course is one of the courses.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Bethpage State Park, AJ.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
okay,
I thought it was her name.
All right. Well, let's get into the pairings here and like what I guess the best way to ask it is where do you think the value is if you're looking to wager on these things? Are you looking at the head-to-head matchups,
USA.
or where do you look at the overall who's going to actually win the Ryder Cup? What's your best way of picking this thing apart?
Yeah, I'm not looking this week at who's actually going to win the Ryder Cup pre-tournament. These two rosters are split right down the middle. Team USA has world number 1 Scotty Scheffler leading the way. Keegan Bradley obviously has close ties to the Bethpage area. Went to school down the street at St. John's. Would sneak on to Bethpage late at night when he was at St. John's. Get in some free holes. It's a place that's near and dear to Bradley's heart. At the same time, this European roster does not have a weakness whatsoever. And with the rain, there's going to be 2 inches of rain that comes into Bethpage today. It's going to soften the golf course a lot. The rough is cut down. The greens have no firmness to them. The rain takes away the advantage that the Americans have to actually set that course up. I think that it's going to come down to the last match. If there's value in any outright ticket, I would say it's for the two of them to tie at 10-1, AJ.
Oh, okay. That's
all right.
Will it end in a tie? Is that a possibility?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Europe needs 14 points to take the cup back. The U.S. needs 14.5 Europe needs 14 points to retain the cup. USA needs 14.5 to get the cup back. They lost last time in Rome where we had Team Europe. Now, I think the 2 best tickets going into the tournament, as far as if you want 2 tickets where you're going to put it in today, you're not going to look at it again until Sunday. Number 1 is obviously Scotty Scheffler to finish his top USA point scorer.
Do you think he gets more than 2 and gets 3, maybe 4? What do you think?
Absolutely. I think he gets more than 3.
Okay.
He's going to play. I believe he's going to play all 5 matches. I think he's going to play. He's an incredible asset in alternate shot. Obviously, he's great in best ball. And then Sunday singles, I think we're going to get him and Rahm again, a la Rome. Yes, Scotty's going to have a great week. He is the best player in this field once again, bar none. This course sets up perfectly for him. He's fresh off. The other thing with Scheffler, he won his preparation tournament at the Pro Tour. 10 of the 12 Americans played. They feel like they're in good shape. The Americans have only played once over the last month, whereas, just like always, the Europeans, they've played 3 or 4 tournaments in the last month. The DP World Tour season, the European season, they're at the midway point of their season. They're nowhere near the finish line. So I see Europe in much more tournament shape than the Americans. Obviously, once again, the U.S. has Scheffler, but going down the European roster, you really can't find a name on the European side that is struggling with their golf game right now. Guys, Europe, when you're looking at the foursome format, the alternate shot format, since 2000, Europe is 51-37 in the foursome format against the United States. On top of the Scheffler top USA point score, I will also have Europe as the tournament foursome winner at plus 135 on DraftKings Sportsbook. I think the United States has the best ball figured out. I think they have singles figured out. The Americans struggle heavily in the foursome alternate shot format. I'll have Europe to be the tournament foursome winner at plus 135.
You mentioned that Europe doesn't really have a weakness on their team right now, and one of the guys that is kind of flying under the radar because he's maybe not a big name, but I thought about just looking at the way he's played recently, and I'm very novice at golf betting, so I just look at recent performances, course performances, things like that. But this Matt Fitzpatrick looks like he's playing about as well as anybody on Europe's team, and if you get, let's say you get 4 sessions out of him, is it possible that he could be the top Euro point scorer? Because that's like 15-1. It seems like a good long shot bet. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't really see how, he is playing very good right now. I've been keeping a close eye on him on the DP World Tour. He is one of these guys that between the end of the PGA Tour season and this week, he played 3 European Tour events. So he is ready to roll. He has come into the Ryder Cup ready to roll before. You remember in 2023 Rome, Fitzpatrick had just won the U.S. Open at Brookline the year before. The bottom line is he has come into this tournament in great shape before, and his lifetime Ryder Cup record is 1-7-0. 1-7-0.
Okay.
You do now, AJ. Credit to you. You look at Fitz's last 8 events. He has finished top 5 in 4 of them. He kept his game. His game is sharp. Here's the thing, AJ. The pairings are going to come out at 4 p.m. today for tomorrow. And I think if Luke Donald pairs up with Fitzpatrick, with maybe Rory McIlroy, Ludwig Berg, Victor Hovland, maybe Tyrrell Hatton, the 2 Englishmen, I have to see who Fitzpatrick is going to go out with. I'm not going to have any week-long points bets on him solely because, he has a 1-7 Ryder Cup record. But that said, if I like something in the pairings, everyone can go follow me on X at drmedia59. I'll be doing the matchups day to day on X.
Okay, let me ask you about one on the American side because I found a guy who looks like this course is not great for him. Colin Morikawa, I'm seeing over under 1.75 points, and there's a possibility he gets put into like a 4-ball match, which you just told me it's not the U.S.'s strength. Let's say he does that and they lose. Is it possible you don't even see him again until the singles, and like you could sneak an under just based on low volume with a guy like Morikawa?
Yeah, AJ. So at the President's Cup, all players have to play 1 session before Sunday singles. That is not the case for the Ryder Cup. I forecast you maybe see Morikawa in 1 session. Maybe. He has rolled it. His putting on the greens over the last 2 months is absolutely horrible. You do have to respect the fact that he is 10-5-1 overall in national tournaments. That is the Ryder Cup and the President's Cup. But Morikawa, he really did not have a good week, a good prep week in Napa at the Pro Tour. He finished tied 43rd there. It's interesting. Golf Week quoted Morikawa yesterday saying the crowds have been tame so far, but he hopes it's absolutely chaos on Friday. I'm not really sure why he said that. I don't see a reason why Keegan Bradley would play Colin Morikawa on Friday with how horrible he's playing. I think Morikawa can go ahead and join the crowd there at Bethpage. I won't have anything on Morikawa for the full tournament.
So is under 1.75 feel like a good bet then if you think he's only going to play singles?
I do, AJ. I do think that's a good bet. If I'm Keegan Bradley, I am not putting Colin Morikawa on the golf course until Sunday.
All right. What do you think of Victor Hovland for the Euros?
Vic, let me tell you something, Rob. Victor Hovland and Ludwig Berg. These are 2 continental Europeans you really got to watch out for this week. Ludwig Berg has played some of the more consistent golf as far as his all-around game over the last 3 months. I think he, as far as overall points, I think you're going to get more than 2 points out of Ludwig Berg this week. I think his game could peak at Bethpage. He really, when I talk about Europeans that don't have weaknesses, Ludwig Berg is one of these players. Great driving accuracy, great driving distance, incredible iron player, pretty sharp on and around the greens. Not the best chipper in the world, but that has been pretty good so far. He had a very commendable rookie Ryder Cup campaign in Rome where he went 2-2-0. I like Ludwig Berg a lot this week, Rob.
What about Hovland?
equally as so. Remember, Hovland and Oberg were Luke Donald paired those two up together in the alternate shot in 2023. They were part of the brigade that went 7-1 in alternate shot against the Americans in Rome. Hovland, another dangerous asset for the Europeans, one who is extremely hot at the moment, comes in here off a 7th place finish at Caves Valley, 12th place at the Tour Championship, and then he got in an excellent prep week at the BMW PGA where he finished 5th. He has fantastic driving accuracy. Once again, the rough is cut down, unfortunately, at Bethpage. The ball is sitting pretty in the rough. So driving accuracy this week, we're going to find out how much it really matters. I can tell you a player like Hovland, very dialed in with their driver. He is one of the best approach players on the PGA Tour, and he has been positive with the putter now for 6 events in a row. Victor Hovland's going to be a major problem for the Americans this week.
All right. Scotty Scheffler, this is the best guy in the world, and typically I feel like he's going to be, overvalued. And maybe I'm wrong on my math here, but this is a guy who is likely to play. I'm guessing the U.S. wants him out on the course as much as possible. He's going to be a favorite in every match that he plays, and I can get him at 5-1 to be the top overall point scorer. That feels like a ridiculous value to me. Am I missing something there? That is Scotty Scheffler actually undervalued for once?
I'm only staying away from the top overall point scorer because of how well Rory McIlroy is playing, how well Bethpage sets up for his game. Also, we just talked about 2 Europeans who also don't have any weaknesses in Ludwig Oberg and Victor Hovland. If the U.S. gets routed, which I don't think they will, I could see one of those 3 Europeans taking the top overall points. There is value there, AJ, but I like Scheffler in the top USA point scorer because clearly he is the best American on that team. AJ, the second best American in the world is Russell Henley. Okay, the Europeans have Rory, John Rahm, Ludwig Oberg, Victor Hovland, Justin Rose. They have a strong team. I don't really want to mess with the overall point score. I know there's value there. I just think Scheffler top USA when he is the best American, not even close. I think that's the safe bet at plus 275.
All right, you got a prediction for the overall thing here? I know you're making it sound like Europe's going home with this thing. Is that what you see happening over the weekend?
Actually, no. I seriously do not have a bet on USA versus Europe right now. I know that might be a little bit of a disservice as a golf handicapper. I see this thing coming down in between a point, maybe a half point, to determine the winner. I would not be surprised by a tie at 10-1. No, I don't have an overall bet here. I have 2 best bets. I have Scheffler as the top USA point scorer plus 275, and Europe as the tournament foursome winner at plus 135. Obviously, if you're going to bet the thing outright pre-tournament, the value is with Europe.
One more quick random bet that I'll ask you about because I saw this on DraftKings and it kind of makes some sense to me. There's the first American player out on Sunday. Justin Thomas is like the guy who's been on this team 100 times. He's been the best Ryder Cup player for the U.S. for a long time. Doesn't it seem like maybe like an honorary captain thing? Like Justin Thomas, you go out, you tee off first for us. That's 16-1. That feels like good value when you consider what JT's done for this team, right?
Yeah, his game, unfortunately, AJ, is in the same boat as Colin Morikawa.
Damn it!
And yeah. we heard a report from Golf Channel's Todd Lewis yesterday that Keegan Bradley is thinking about potentially sending out Bryson DeChambeau and Justin Thomas together off the first tee box for alternate shot on Friday. Make no mistake about it, I would not support that decision. I think it's a horrible decision. It's a non-data backed decision. If Justin Thomas is in that first group with Bryson DeChambeau, his game is not in a good spot. His driving accuracy is all over the place. He's been negative with designs over his last 3 events. As you said, and I completely agree, Justin Thomas has morphed into a veteran on this American Ryder Cup team. I believe he's maybe 10-5-1, has an amazing team record and has proven he can elevate his game. But it has been a rough month for him. And I personally think the two American spark plugs, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, they need to be separated. You can't put them out there together because, you need Bryson with one of those marksmen, J.J. Spahn, Russell Henley, Ben Griffin. You don't want Bryson with someone whose game has a lot of volatility. I don't expect to see much of Justin Thomas this week.
All right. Well, maybe under 1.5 on him as well. Him and Morikawa. Maybe that may be the way to go, is just assume they're not going to be on the course much. Will, we appreciate the time and the knowledge as always. Enjoy the golf this weekend, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next season, huh? Appreciate you.
Thanks, AJ. Thanks, Rob. Talk next season.
All right, there you go. That's Will Doctor. You can find him at drmedia59 on X. One of the best golf minds in the game. Works at PGA.com, all over the place. You can find his picks over at pregame.com. Just an all-around brilliant golf mind. All right. We're halfway there on a small Friday, Rob.
USA.
But boy, it doesn't sound promising hearing Will talk.
Rainy, wet, and sad.
We got Scotty Scheffler and a bunch of just garbage, man.
But don't kid yourself. They're coming with attitude.
All right, we'll be back. Morning Huddle 94.1. Football coming up.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The weekend's here. Are you headed out of town? And if you are, where are you taking your fur babies, your pets? If you're headed out of town and doing the right thing, you're taking them by Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit on 35, just outside of 1604. That's where I take my babies, and you should take them too. Whether it's a daily, whether it's for daycare as you're going off to work, or maybe you're heading off for a quick weekend with friends, take your babies to a place that they love. Don't leave them in the kennel or in the house in the backyard. Take them to see those that want to take care of them and let them play the way they should. We're talking about thousands of feet indoor and outdoor for your dogs to run and play. They'll be assessed and they'll be playing with the kind of dogs that they need to play with. Nothing too big, nothing too small, nothing too aggressive. Those that want to play with them, they'll play together. And if you're going to be gone for a minute, make sure you choose one of those kennels that has the video on them. You can watch your dogs all day long. They'll even get a bedtime tuck-in treat if you want to do that. And if you need cleanings or bathing or training, they've got that too. It's a one-stop place. That's where I am proud to take my babies. Avery and Sensei Love headed to Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. You should too. They're easy to find, 35 just outside of 1604. Go to My Bunkin' Biscuit to go ahead and book your stay or head by and see what I'm talking about. That's My Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. That's where I take my babies. You take them there too, and I know you're going to thank me later.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Make the break room on Pat Booker Road in Live Oak your football watching headquarters. Watch all the college and NFL games on the 17 HD TVs. The break room shows all UFC and boxing events with no cover. The kitchen is open daily until midnight with karaoke on Tuesday nights and a DJ every Friday with pool, darts, video games, a patio. It's more than your average neighborhood bar. So check out the break room at 8084 Pat Booker Road in Live Oak. Follow the break room Live Oak on social media for the latest specials and events.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop, your go-to for saltwater disposal and pump repairs, on-site service 24/7, parts on hand, and full pump packages ready to roll. Call L&S 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared one of our trouble spots. That wreck at 410 northbound just past Calabria just cleared. Still noticing with the combination of rush hour, about 15 minutes to get through. 37 northbound Goliad, that wreck is still there, now off to the left shoulder. And a stall at 281 southbound Brook Hollow, right shoulder blocked. Pretty much slow on all our major freeway systems as we are into the meat of our morning rush hour. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Houston Astros fell to the Sacramento A's yesterday 6-0, effectively falling out of the playoff picture as we sit today. In the NFL, the Green Bay Packers will be without right tackle Zach Tom, who is not expected to play Sunday night versus the Cowboys due to an oblique injury he suffered in the loss to Cleveland. We have Thursday Night Football tonight, and San Antonio Sports Star will have it for you as the Seahawks take on the Arizona Cardinals starting at 6:30 with the pregame. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All righty then. Here we go. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Good morning, everybody. We've got football tonight. Football night in America.
The autumn wind is a raider.
Well, tonight they're playing indoors. They
I'm
won't
just
even be
saying football things.
I know, but there won't be even wind.
It's actually, have you noticed the weather up? Do you see a couple of those baseball games up north? They're wearing coats. They're wearing jackets.
But this game's in Arizona.
Well, I mean, that's not north.
No, it's actually pretty
autumn
pretty
wind.
far south.
It is autumn. We can agree with that.
Maybe
by the calendar, maybe not by the weather, and there is wind.
Yeah.
So the autumn wind could be a Raider.
Okay.
It doesn't sound good when you say the autumn wind is a Seahawk.
The autumn wind is a Cardinal.
See, that doesn't threaten anybody.
I thought that, doesn't he say the autumn wind is a pirate?
It is a pirate.
Yeah, I like that better.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to apply Raider. That's the way I remembered it. But the autumn wind is a Cardinal. not really. No,
you're right. It doesn't.
Anyway, we do have football, and it kind of matters.
I mean, Arizona 2-1. I mean, probably not what I would have expected them to be, but here we sit. They are 2-1. In fact,
Do you? I guess the first question is: do you believe in what we've seen so far out of Arizona, or are you?
Yeah. I think they actually should be better than they are. I mean, there's been a couple of games where significant drops and some mistakes. The thing that's about Arizona that I like is their defense is solid. Now, missing Connor is going to pay. They're going to pay the price, and I guess the backup will be okay.
Trey Benson,
I
he's
think
been kind of taking carries anyway.
He'll be okay, but the defense is what I look at when I think of Arizona, and any offense above 22 or 3 points is gravy to me. I don't know about Kyler. I don't know wide receiver play. I don't think it's up to snuff. The names are better than the output. You know what I mean? They got some good names, but I haven't seen a lot of that. I like Seattle.
Seattle's also 2-1.
Yeah, I like Seattle for some reason tonight.
So these two teams, both their losses have come to the same team. They both lost coin flip games to the 49ers. Their wins, Seattle has beat the Steelers and the Saints.
Which, that's one win.
The Cardinals have beat the Saints and the Panthers.
So just on level of play.
We have no idea what these teams are, to be frank.
I don't. That's the thing that catches me. And the one thing that jumps out to me was Arizona's defense. I think they're playing better than people think. But Sam Darnold had a nearly perfect game last week.
Yeah.
I mean, granted competition, but played a heck of a football game.
Well, Arizona's defense, mind you, has gone against Mac Jones, Bryce Young, and Spencer Rattler. They should be pretty good so far.
We're back to your normally scheduled Thursday night football programming is what we're to.
I don't know that either one of these teams is really very good.
No, neither one is.
I don't think Seattle should be favored on the road against Arizona. I think Arizona's on paper, their offense should be better than it is.
Exactly.
Maybe everybody was wrong about Marvin Harrison Jr. He might just stink. It's happened before. There's been other players who were drafted as high as him who just are no good.
You can't catch.
Marvin Harrison might just be no good, which would be really unfortunate for Arizona, but them's the break sometimes. The guys that I do know are good. I know Trey McBride's good.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna make some catches. That said, on the other side, who do you have a bunch of faith in on Seattle's side? I mean, we see. First of all, it looks like Charbonnet's not going to play.
No, it looks like he's out. So K9 going to get some carries if you're a fantasy type.
He'll get plenty of touches, but he's been inefficient at best this season. So I'm not really sure how this game goes.
This is going to be my only opportunity to watch the Cardinals this year. I have no other reason to tune in for this team.
Never
Seriously.
Again, huh?
I mean, at what point during this year am I going to go out of my way to see an Arizona Cardinal?
What if they're a playoff team?
It's possible. Unlikely, but possible. But the fact is, I won't see Arizona again. I've only seen a little bit of preseason from them, and this will probably be it for the year. So I'm going to drink that in just to see the Cardinals uniform. But there's no there for this game. I don't see either one of these teams contending later on. I see both of them going in the same direction using slightly different methods. But I think Seattle's just a better football team.
Only two teams have given up more passing yards per game than the Cardinals.
Wow. See, that didn't strike me. I wouldn't have thought that.
And Jackson Smith and Jigba looks like he is the now defined number one. Cooper Kupp doing his stuff in the
better than expected, actually.
Yeah, but he's not prime Cooper Kupp. Jackson Smith and Jigba's the dude. His higher lower is set at 83.5. I might look higher on him. I think that he probably has a pretty good day. The Trey McBride number, I think, is good too. He's at 6.5. So far, 17 receptions, 182 yards, and a touchdown this season. This feels like a good matchup for him. No team in the NFL has given up more receptions to tight ends this year than the Seahawks. 8 per game, and they lead the league in touchdowns allowed to tight ends as well. So they just say, oh, well, we'll let those guys run free.
That's why you listen to this restaurant quality radio show. So, that little number right there is going to win a fantasy game.
And last year when he played Seattle, 19 of 29 targets for 203 yards in 2 games. So he was averaging 9.5 catches and 101 yards per game last year against this Seattle team. So my guess, even if you don't want to go with receptions, I'd look at a higher on targets. I think that they understand they need to have him involved, especially with, like I said, it appears Marvin Harrison is falling out of the circle of trust.
Yes. Well, you drop wide open balls, you fall out.
The other thing, I do think we're going to see some Trey Benson, and the thought is, well, Arizona's not going to be able to run the ball as well without Connor, but Trey Benson has been pretty solid. Benson leads the league in rushing yards over expected per attempt, so he's finding a way to make something happen, and I think he is. I think they feel like he's interchangeable with Connor. So whatever you think Connor could have done, they think Benson can do, except he'll do it with a full workload instead of a split workload. So I think Benson may be a guy to look at as well for some hires on his output.
Jigba, if you're a DFS player, I do. If Seattle scores, I expect he'll play a role in that. So I do like him with a touchdown.
I certainly think at a minimum he's going to be heavily involved in the game. Whether you think it's yards, catches, I like yards because I think of Smith and Jigba as like a big play guy. Right. I could see him getting an explosive play, and it's always good when you've got a prop at 83, 84 and a half, and someone pops off a 45-yarder early in the game. You're like, well, feel like we're on the right path.
Longest reception 25 and a half.
I like higher than that.
I like that too.
I like higher than that
too. 9.5 targets, a little high.
No, I don't know that I think that. No. Yeah, I mean, again, this is just a guy who this is a big number. 83 and a half is a big number, but he's put up big numbers so far this year. So, and again, I think he may have a secondary that he'll be able to take advantage of.
Your underdog has 80. Price Picks, I have him at 84 and a half.
Oh,
you got a whole yard.
I got the
with.
value, baby. I got the value. All right, let's hit a break, and when we return, we'll hear some sound, some Cowboys sound, and we'll get into the NFL, the rest of the NFL coming up this weekend. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you about Underdog. We were just talking about higher and lower, and that's one of the things I'm going to be on tonight. Higher than 83 and a half receiving yards for Jackson Smith and Jigba. And I'm going to go higher than 6.5 receptions for Trey McBride. I think they both play a big role tonight. And guys, Underdog's the best place to make those picks and win money all season long. You can play here in Texas now, and it's so easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to get higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, whatever you think. You hit it, you get your picks right. You could be winning up to 5,000 times your money. You can play with as little as $1. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code Alamo to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props to this year's tournament sponsor, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunk Club, who hits back when life hits hard, and plenty of sports star love to Fly by Yingling and PPM Motorhomes too. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required.
Football season is at Tamalitos Mexican Restaurant with daily specials that hit harder than a linebacker and game day plates that score big. Tamalitos is your go-to plate. Proud sponsor of the San Antonio Sports Star Fall Golf Tournament. Tamalitos, where every bite's a touchdown. Calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Huebner Oak Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Guys, it's summertime. Carbox got you covered with summertime beers. Whether it's the Love Street Blonde Kolsch Ale, the Rhubarb, which is their latest Fun Series beer, or a Ziegenbach, Crawford Bock, whatever you're looking for, there's something for everybody's taste in Carbox lineup. Check them out at all your local stores.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
So you had a frosty mead last night.
Mead?
Yeah,
I did have mead. It wasn't frosty.
It's not frosty. I don't know how. I mean, I've only had mead with you, and it wasn't frosty.
It's like you drink mead like you drink red wine at room temperature.
Okay, just kind of a
It's like
snifter.
liquid. It's like liquid jelly.
Now, but
It
not,
is.
It gets
It
even
was a
better
peanut
than
butter
this.
and jelly mead.
So,
Yeah, see?
I was telling him, if I had a peanut butter and jelly mead, which I would be willing to try,
Oh yeah.
it would happen because that was the last beer in the fridge. Literally, you open the fridge and you're like,
well, you got to try it now.
It's here for a reason.
Yeah.
It's been sitting here for long enough. That's when I would have had it.
Yeah, it was a nice 14%er.
14. See, that's also the last beer you'll have for the night.
It is. It's the last thing I had last night too.
You have to serve that in a plastic cup so when you fall over, it doesn't break.
No, and I did drink. I did sit down the whole time.
You have to take that wherever you're going to be asleep.
That's right.
14% alcohol.
Yeah, and my wife is like, I have so much glassware, like
all the
fancy glasses from
is there
different breweries.
What does a mead glass look like? Like is it rounded?
Yeah, it's more like a wine glass.
It is a wine glass.
Yeah. Sometimes they use the tall, skinny
kind
ones,
of the fluted one.
Yeah, those are good for it too. But yeah, anything that's got a curve in it, you don't want to serve it in a flat bottom glass.
Makes sense. I don't know why, but just for aesthetics, I'm sure. But there's probably a reason.
I think part of it helps. It helps the flavors open up.
Overall bouquet.
That's right.
As it were.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
PB&J mead.
Yeah, big night for me last night.
That would be a red letter night in my house.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Or red panty night.
Well, you never know. You play your cards right, honey.
Never know.
Earn yourself a mead.
That's right. C-Note saying, I'm surprised y'all don't have a Cowboys and Texans helmet because you got all these helmets. Where's the NFL helmets? Well,
we did, but we don't have them in here.
I think Minix took the Cowboys helmet home. He wears it at night.
He does. He sleeps with it.
When he does sex stuff. He puts it on.
We all have our thing.
And when I say he puts it on, I mean he puts it on his wife.
It is kind of funny that we don't. She needs protection. She's the one that needs to be safe.
Honey, I'm gonna call you Roger. Okay, don't.
Hey.
It's not weird.
Hey, we've all had the cheerleader and quarterback fun.
We all have our thing.
Hey, are you a new cheerleader?
Oh.
Honey, it's tryout night.
Yes. All right, let's get into
Omaha.
the NFL. Yeah, say Omaha again.
Say Omaha to me.
Say
here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
And then right when you do that, Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
I put on my Dak jersey. Here we go.
Why do you always make me put eye black on, honey?
There we went.
All right. Big weekend.
Changing the play.
Big weekend in the NFL. Let's take a look at some of these games. Speaking of the Texans, I guess we can start there. This feels like not just a must-win game for the Texans. They need to win in a way that their fans start feeling good again. I don't think a 3-point win over the Titans is going to make fans feel any better. Things are quickly going off the rails in Houston. They need sort of a statement win against a team that, quite frankly, is, if not the worst team, they're like one of the 3 or 4 worst teams.
This is a doable deal. This is a doable deal against a team that, for a lot of existential reasons, you hate. You really shouldn't, but I mean, I get it. That it has an emotional feel to it. They're ripe to get beat. You're certainly a team that needs to feel good about yourself. This is one of those games. More importantly, this is a freaking must win. I mean, at the end of the day, you lose this one, it's all over. But crying. But
the total in this game, 37.5.
No respect.
37.5. Like they're no one expects anybody to score. Well, and I mean, this is an elite defense in Houston.
Yeah.
But it goes to show you how pathetic the offense is if you're not projected to do anything in this game.
They're on the road too, right? This is in Tennessee, right?
This is at no, it's at Houston. At Houston,
the Houston one.
But mind you, this is a team. Think about it. The total in this game is 37.5. The Titans on their own allowed 41 points last week.
I just think the Texans are gonna do it. I think they're gonna score enough. I think they're gonna. It's no such thing as a get right game when you're this beat up, but I do think that there's a potential here for fans to leave happy.
I think there's real potential that fans walk away from this going, "What the?"
Really, you think the Titans got enough in them to?
I think they can. I think they can make it a game. I think there's a real possibility that the Texans just stink.
If it's that bad, it's going to get real bad.
Like there's a real because their offense. If you look at it, if CJ Stroud is just a guy, and so far through 3 games he's been just a guy, there's no real reason to think that this is going to get better.
You're right, but this is also a team, and the other side of this is what exactly is Tennessee doing here? I mean, the whole plan about this year is let's just keep Cam safe, protected, and mentally right as we build around him. a roadie into a team that, despises the idea of who the Titans are. As big of rivals as the Texans have tried to manufacture with the Cowboys or the Saints or the Colts, whoever it might be. This is a rival. This is a team with the Titans. This is who you used to be as far as fans go. So I think the emotional part of this weighs into it. I expect the Texans to look pretty as good as they've looked this year. Now, whether that's enough to cover, I don't know, but I do think they're going to put out the best game they've played.
So I thought when the Texans had lost to the Rams and the Bucks, I was at least like, well, they played close with decent teams.
The Bucks, I really did. I thought that was a good game. They just lost to a better team in my mind, but no.
And not that the Jags were much better, but the Texans looked awful against the Jags. And that's concerning. That's really concerning. A team that the Texans I think it'd been 8 years since they lost a game in Jacksonville. And they just didn't show. It's hard for me to want to back this Texans team, laying a big number, especially 7.5 points. It's crazy.
Just if Texans fans just revel in the fact that if they get better. But I do think this will be the best game they played this year. Now, whether that's
I would hope so.
Over 7.5, I don't know.
That leads to the other school for the blind. The New Orleans Saints travel to Buffalo, where the Bills are 15.5-point favorites.
And as a DFS guy, it is so hard for me not to jump on everything. From Cook over, I think I saw more than 78 running, which I like that. I like Kincaid's numbers. I like Allen. It's hard for me not
I'll be lower on Allen stuff because I think this is going to be one of those games where the games where Josh Allen has huge numbers are usually the games where they play, where he's got to. Yeah. And this is a game where I don't think he's going to have to. I
definitely like Cook's numbers then.
I would also, I wouldn't bet a 15.5-point favorite in the NFL with your money. It's just a dumb way to live. And the Bills might win by 21, but they could win by 14, which feels like a dominant win and still not cover.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't want anything to do with that number. But
for your DFS players, I do like Olave. He's had a good year. Fantasy guys know it.
Well,
so
they're going to have to keep chucking it to him.
There's a little bit there in New Orleans, but yeah. This should be one of those by the end of the second quarter. Are we going to see just straight out 30-minute second half? Let's just run the ball with Cook.
Commanders and Falcons are interesting because we still don't really know the status of Jaden Daniels. He says he's feeling better. I don't know if that's enough to put him on the field. The Falcons, I expect a bounce back from them. But the Commanders, it's not just Daniels. Their whole team is beat to hell. This is not even close to the same Commander squad that we saw last season.
Bad Commanders team. Just as even if they put out their twos and threes in those injured positions, after what we saw in Atlanta, how could you even begin to look at them to do anything?
Because the week before, we saw them go to Minnesota and dominate a Vikings team that what they do last week, won by 40. And then we saw the game that they lost week 1, a game that they outplayed the Bucks the entirety of the game and came away with a loss because of a missed field goal.
30 and could not score.
I know. And I do think there's real concern about Atlanta, but Washington should have some concern too. Things aren't great there either. And you're giving me points at home. I'm probably leaning to the Falcons this weekend. I think this is a bounce back game. This is a game I think there's an overreaction from what happened just last week. And
do you think there's any chance at all that we'll see any Cousins if things slow down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because again, I think there's a world where they make the your knee's hurting, huh?
Interesting.
Why don't you come sit down for a little bit? Why don't you come sit down over here, Bubba? And the quite frankly, the 2 wins for the Commanders so far are against the Giants and the Raiders at home. So let's slow down about it. The Commanders are just where they were a year ago because I don't know. Browns, Lions. Lions are 9.5-point favorites hosting Cleveland.
Boy.
I'll say this. The Browns are going to be a tough team to run away from more often than not.
They lead the league in defense, in rushing defense. You're not going. Detroit's not going to run on it.
Yeah, if you like playing DFS, I'd look under on Gibbs, Montgomery. I think those guys have a hard time getting things going.
But Detroit's awfully damn good.
They are really good. I'm interested in Cleveland, but I'm interested in Cleveland in the first half.
Right.
I think Cleveland is able to hang around for a while, and then eventually, especially, I'm not looking to buy. First of all, the Lions just had a huge win on national TV. To me, that automatically says the Lions are going to be overvalued.
Probably.
I'm instantly out on the Lions. The market is going to say the Lions are better than what I probably think they are. And the Browns are a team that I want to back as a big underdog. I just, as the game winds on, I don't know. I saw the Lions wear down the Ravens. Although the Ravens defense looks like it might just actually be not very good. Again, I think I'm gonna be on Browns first half and then stay away. How about Panthers Patriots in New England? Patriots are 5.5 point favorites. This might be a spot where I'm looking to sell high on the Panthers and buy low on a Patriots team that I thought was going to be better than they've shown so far. I like the Patriots to handle business here. I think that they're going to make Carolina look pretty bad.
Carolina feeling good about themselves. If Chuba Hubbard runs the ball, they're in trouble. I can tell you this. If they can run the football, they've got a chance against New England, but I don't think they can.
I don't think so either. And really, the Patriots lost to the Steelers last week. Like statistically, they outplayed the Steelers like up and down the game. Like that was not that score should not have been what the final score said it was.
You think so? Because what happens if you're Vrabel walking around New England and you're feeling good about yourself with, you still lost, but you're feeling good. And Carolina rolls in there and does something.
Then you're in,
yikes.
Yeah, that's a problem. I look at it as this. The Patriots had 5 turnovers last week and lost by 7 points. If you have 5 turnovers, you should lose by 1,000,000 points.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. I get you. But.
So what I will say is Ramondre Stevenson, they're probably not going to let him within a mile of the football. You're in the doghouse, Bubba.
Let me tell you,
you can't hold on to the freaking ball.
Yes.
But yeah, I think the Patriots the results aren't as good as their play has been. And turnovers are turnovers. They're especially with fumbles. There's a lot of luck involved in it. Like once a football's on the ground, it's 50-50 on which team is going to land on it. I feel like the Patriots they're due for some positive regression in that department. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at the rest of the week, including a big game that's happening here up in Arlington. You may have heard that there's
a bunch of green landing.
Yeah.
DFW.
They're going to be heading into town. So we'll talk about that coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
I hope you washed yourself clean this morning underneath a Kinetico water softened shower. If that's you are carrying on the right way. For all of us out there, or those of you out there that have not had the experience with a Kinetico water softener, let me explain to you what it's like to have the very best. The thing that made Kinetico unique in my mind is, well, first of all, I grew up with it. I really haven't experienced much other than until I left the state of Texas and when it's in another state entirely. I didn't have access to Kinetico. But here in San Antonio, whether you're on a well or you're taking the water out of the aquifer, you know that while the water is great and makes some good sweet tea and excellent beer, there's some sediment in that water that leaves a little residue, and it can over time really wreak havoc with your appliances. If you've got a long time refrigerator, you haven't got a good filter, man, oh man, it'll just ruin a fridge. It just takes it out of business. And the same thing with a dishwasher. And then we start talking about the day-to-day stuff that you don't really notice until it's too late. Like all of your white stuff is suddenly gray. You start seeing all that buildup at the bottom of your sink and the bottom of your dishes, and you wonder where that's coming from. That stuff that was in your pipes that you actually drank. You get a Kinetico, that's no longer a thing. So if you'll dial 656-PURE today, Kinetico would like to give you an offer. They'd come to your home, put one in your home for 90 days if you're already plumb for such things, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. When you decide to buy with approved credit, you got 0% interest rate for a year. There's $400 or so in your old water softener and a gift when you decide to buy. That's a reverse osmosis drinking station at your sink. You know the value of that. No more water bottles. Perfect water for your coffee all the time. And that's just for part of being a Kinetico customer. Go to KineticoSA.com for all the details. Call them at 656-PURE. But now's the time. Go get yourself the very best in Kinetico. And I know you're going to come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared one of our trouble spots. That wreck at 410 northbound just past Calabra just cleared. Still noticing with the combination of rush hour about 15 minutes to get through. 37 northbound Goliad. That wreck is still there, now off to the left shoulder. And a stall at 281 southbound Brook Hollow, right shoulder blocked. Pretty much slow on all our major freeway systems as we are into the meat of our morning rush hour. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
1, 2, 3, come on! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Green Bay Packers at Jerry World in Arlington. Pregame at 6.
I like this kind of party.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Bubba, what happened to that rich girl you were seeing? I'm still broken up about that. I really am. I think she was probably wealthy. All right. She had one boob.
What?
There's an interesting detail.
She has one boob?
One
boob.
Laura, how many boobs do you have?
I have 2.
He's not interested. Go ahead, Bob.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice, no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Make the Break Room on Pat Booker Road in Live Oak your football watching headquarters. Watch all the college and NFL games on the 17 HD TVs. The Break Room shows all UFC and boxing events with no cover. The kitchen is open daily until midnight with karaoke on Tuesday nights and a DJ every Friday with pool, darts, video games, a patio. It's more than your average neighborhood bar. So check out the Break Room at 8084 Pat Booker Road in Live Oak. Follow the Break Room Live Oak on social media for the latest specials and events.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, the Cowboys had a lot of troubles against the Chicago Bears. What do they need to fix against Green Bay?
Can they fix it? We'll talk about it with Stephen Jones. He joined us at 4:35.
And what's wrong with the Texans? Woo. The General John McClain will know. He joins us at 5:15.
Plus, Seahawks Cardinals on Thursday Night Football.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. All right, we're rolling through the schedule this week. considered to be the game of the week. I would have thought maybe even one of the game of the year candidates is now kind of like, oh, well, guess one of them has to win. The Ravens and the Chiefs, both 1 and 2.
This is still a huge game, brother.
Oh, it's a huge game, no doubt. But the question is, are these teams both still contenders?
I think they both are. And I think the one that,
because I'll tell you, the loser might not be anymore.
Well, no, you're right. And I think in their minds, they both feel like they're contenders. And even the loser on Monday will wake up thinking they're a contender. But the fact remains, your record now defines who you are. No matter how good you are, when you're 0-4 or 1-3, dude, you're underwater. There's no catching up. At this point, you become less than a champion because you now rely on other people to do your work. You know what I mean? Other guys got to do their job. They got to lose or win appropriately for you to get where you need to be. That is a place where Kansas City has not been in a long time.
Kansas City, they got Xavier Worthy. He came back to practice. Does that mean he's going to play? I don't know. I do know there are still serious health concerns on the side of Baltimore, particularly on their defense. They just seem to be beat to hell.
They can't stop the run, and Derrick Henry can't hold on to the ball when he has to. I mean, there's lots of questions around here. And what's going on between Kelsey and Andy Reid other than the frustration? But there seems to be a disconnect there.
I don't really know. Yeah, but I mean, I think it's frustration that they're not winning. They have announced, the Ravens have announced that Nnamdi Madubuike is out for the game against the Chiefs.
That's bad.
Harbaugh said, I would say I am concerned about it.
Yeah, that's bad.
He said, I haven't been given the okay to comment on it right now, but I am concerned about it, not just for this week. He's obviously not going to play this week, but for the long term. We're going to have to see going forward when they know what they need to know.
Now, we've talked about Mahomes, and he's still the witch that he is. But I have seen on the other side a couple of places, a couple of writers in Baltimore and around are starting to talk about Lamar Jackson like he might be slowing down a little bit. Those that see him on an everyday basis are like, he doesn't have the burst he used to have. And he doesn't look like the athlete that he used to be, that he's just looking a little older and the get up and go isn't quite there, that he's going to have to refine that passing game yet again because the escapability seems to be disappearing.
I've seen literally every snap that Lamar's played of 2 of their 3 games. I didn't see all of the Cleveland game. I saw a good chunk of it. But against Buffalo and Detroit, I watched every play of those games. I don't see that.
Okay.
And even more so, like, just the threat of him is enough.
Well, we're still there, and I agree with that.
And
you're still a threat, so you have to maintain it. But at some point, you're going to be challenged. Can you turn a corner and go? And I mean, what happens when you go from 100 speed to a 92 speed? So, yeah, you might lose a step. He's still faster than everybody else. But I do think that those that watch him on a daily are going, some of the problem is Lamar here, that the offense isn't moving because he's not necessarily doing some of the things that we expect him. And it's not just running. I mean, he hasn't been completely accurate. He can't find his tight ends. They're saying he's got receivers that are open that he's not hitting. So you wonder where he is in the progression. And while we've said Pat Mahomes is still the witch, we expect him to be fine. Can we still continue to think of the same MVP caliber play from Lamar when, quite frankly, it hadn't been there?
The Ravens have played 3 games and scored 37 points per game.
Truth.
Lamar Jackson and the offense are not the problem and if it weren't for a couple Derrick Henry fumbles, I mean, the Ravens could easily be 3-0.
That's
so I think any trying to put blame on Lamar I don't think that's the way that doesn't seem right to me. I mean, I have a real question about the Ravens defense,
which is really weird,
which I didn't think I was going to have coming into the season. And a lot of it could be health related. They're really banged up, but they don't look very good on defense. That's something that I didn't see coming. The offense, my biggest concern on the offense is Derrick Henry's fumbling the football in 3 straight games. I don't think that's going to continue. So I generally have very few concerns about the Ravens offense. The defense, though, that's a problem to me.
Tight end involved, stop the run, you'll be all right.
And I would say, I really think if Lamar's not playing at an MVP level, who is? Like, I think Lamar is on the very short list of guys who could win the MVP this year. I think it's Lamar, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert.
They have to win some more games.
You're
going to have a winning record to get that. But I just read 2 pieces yesterday where there was some talk about what the things that he had done well in the past. He's not doing.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. Yeah, because what I've seen, I'm like, and even he'll do a pump fake and take off, and it's a play that shouldn't work for 31 other quarterbacks, and he's able to do things that no one else is able to do. I got a lot of respect for Lamar's game, especially because when Lamar came into the league, I didn't think Lamar was going to make it because Lamar's come so far as a passer, you can't even put it into words.
Mm-hmm.
He was woefully inaccurate in college. He could not. There's tape of him throwing balls 15 yards over guys' heads that are 25 yards down the field.
He can't fall off the floor. And he did get extraordinarily better, but he is never going to be considered a dime dropper.
No.
I think more important than anything we just talked about was the threat is always there. And that means one dude on defense always has to pay attention to Lamar 3 seconds after the snap. If you don't know where he is, he's going to run for a first down.
Chargers are in New York to take on the Giants. The Giants' first game with Jackson Dart. Chargers 6.5-point road favorites, which I generally don't love laying big numbers on the road with Harbaugh teams specifically, but I can't. I could never back a guy making their first NFL start against the Chargers, who look like they're pretty legit.
And Jackson's a risk taker. He's going to throw some interceptions, and that'll get him behind the 8 ball. That's a big number, though. I'm looking at the Giants a lot like when I look at Oklahoma State. I know you're terrible, but sometimes a little kick in the pants, a switch at the quarterback or switch at coach might be enough to give you something. But the way the Chargers looked last week, that's a good football team, man. Marion Hampton.
And the Chargers 3-0, all in division. Already with a 2-game lead over the rest of the division, and they're sitting at 3-0 with 3 wins in pocket over the AFC West. That is awesome. I think the Giants are just trash.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this season, this Dayball pulling the plug on Russell Wilson already tells me they understand this season isn't going anywhere.
Break glass in case of emergency. We're already here.
Eagles at the Bucks. Bucks 3.5-point home underdogs to the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's time. I like the Bucks this week.
This is where I like Tampa too.
Yeah.
If I like Tampa as a dog, especially a home dog against an Eagles team that I don't know how much I trust their offense to get going. And both of these teams are kind of in the same boat. They're both 3-0, but both could easily be 0-3. I think there is something to a little bit of both these teams are a little bit overvalued right now. I mean, the Eagles stole a win last week.
They did.
They got outplayed for the entirety of that game. Stole a win.
No Mike Evans for Tampa is going to make a difference. But I do like Tampa in the heat in the home. Is it a noon kick? If it is, I even like it more.
It is a noon kick.
I like it even more.
Noon kick. 3:00 slate. Colts are at the Rams. Rams laying 3.5.
Show me game, baby. Let's do this.
I like the Rams here. The Rams are a team that what I've seen of them, I really buy into them. The Colts.
Let's do this, Colts. Let's see something.
You know what? You got a chance to prove me wrong, but so far you're like you won a coin flip game against the Broncos and you beat the snot out of the Dolphins and the Titans. And now you're going on the road to play the Rams. And not that LA is like some massive home field advantage, but going cross country, I think Danny Dimes struggles a little bit in this one.
Yeah, for 2.5 quarters, they had the world champion on the ropes. They were kicking Philly's ass, and they collapsed. They got to do some definite soul searching, but they're far better than this. But if Jonathan Taylor can run the football and they avoid the Danny Dimesness, it could be close late, and you never know then.
Yeah, isn't there's a game? Oh, I guess it's Minnesota and Pittsburgh.
They're
in Dublin.
Dublin, yes.
I didn't even think about that. So Minnesota 2.5 points on a neutral. I like Minnesota even more.
Yeah. For every reason.
That's crazy. And I think there's a lot of Vikings fans over in Europe. Like the Vikings asked to do 2 games there because apparently they've got a pretty big fan base out there. I like the Vikings quite a bit.
Brother.
Jags are at the Niners, the 3-0 49ers, who, I mean, it is on a wing and a prayer that they are where they are, but here we sit. The Jags are 2-1. I don't think either one of these teams is as good as their record says. Like I said, I watched the Jags play against the Texans last week, and It wasn't pretty. It was a win, but it wasn't pretty. But I also saw them the week before lose a game against the Bengals that I felt like they probably should have won. The Niners feel like they've got some magic going.
I think that we have a quarterback controversy about.
Oh, no. They pay that guy too much money.
I'm just saying, not amongst the fans. I think that in the house, they're going to say, this guy, he drives the ball downfield a little bit better than Purdy does.
I think, what I think the Niners prefer about Purdy is he's able to move.
Oh, I'm not saying there's going to be a change, but I like the offense downfield. There's a little bit more there.
I think we're seeing another guy in Mac Jones who's probably going to get paid to go somewhere else. And he'll probably wash out.
But he's playing in a system with a quarterback guru who's only going to let him do things that he does well. And he does have a better deep arm than Purdy.
Yep. 49ers laying 3.5 right now with their roster is decimated with injury. They could easily win this game by a point because when they do win,
didn't they have to sign a new kicker? Don't they have a new kicker up there? Yeah, that's something to worry about.
They have one game. They beat Seattle by 4. They beat the Saints by 5. They beat the Cardinals by 1. I don't think I'm going to be laying points with the 49ers anytime soon. It's probably dog or pass here.
Jacksonville do something like this, though? Do you really? I mean, this would be one of the bigger wins they've had in the last couple of years if they roll up there. It really will be.
They just got one of their biggest wins in a while last week against a team that's kind of owned them. I've said I like Jackson. I like Liam Cohen. Jacksonville hasn't been as good. They haven't looked as good as I'd hope, mostly because Brian Thomas Jr. has not been very good. He's a guy that I was kind of expecting to take a huge step. He hasn't. No, I think I like the Jags this week. Bears at the Raiders. Raiders 1.5 point home dogs to the Bears. Give me the Raiders. This is a
anybody see the Giants after the Cowboys? Anybody notice what happened to the Giants?
Prime example of, oh my God, look how good the Bears are. Look what they did to the Cowboys. Look at Caleb Williams. He's got it now. Friends, that wasn't real.
Anybody's noticed that the guy that threw for 400 and some odd yards, career high, is now basically off the team?
That was not a real thing
after the Cowboys. So yeah,
and Geno Smith better indoors. I think the Raiders beat the Bears. The Bears being road favorites. This lunacy.
Is one I circle if I'm a Raider because there's going to be Bear fan all over Vegas.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be a fun game.
All right, when we get back, we'll talk that Packers Cowboys game Sunday night. That's the last one we haven't looked at. Get some more thoughts as we head into the weekend. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
calling all Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. Game day isn't complete without the right look, and the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need. Whether you're headed to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. Find game day staples like jerseys and hats to fan favorites like hoodies and jackets at any of our 4 convenient locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Huebner Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You know, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute on 281 northbound at Nakoma, got some debris in the roadway. Center lane is blocked. A little bit of a delay from Isom. Castle Hills area, northwest side, Blue 410 eastbound approaching Blanco Road. We've got a wreck. Looks like they moved that off to the right shoulder. A little bit of a delay from right around I-10. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Houston Astros fell to the Sacramento A's yesterday 6-0, effectively falling out of the playoff picture as we sit today. In the NFL, the Green Bay Packers will be without right tackle Zach Tom, who is not expected to play Sunday night versus the Cowboys due to an oblique injury he suffered in the loss to Cleveland. We have Thursday Night Football tonight, and San Antonio Sports Star will have it for you as the Seahawks take on the Arizona Cardinals starting at 6:30 with the pregame. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Last hour on a small Friday. Happy small Friday, everybody.
Gonna fall into the 60s tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Told you. It's happening.
I got to cover my plants.
You are.
What?
Cover your plants.
Mine died like
I've got to cover up my plants, my shrubs.
It's going to be under 70.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. We went through a little bit. We gave a quick preview. We'll get way into more into these NFL games tomorrow as we get ready for to actually happen. But thoughts today on Packers Cowboys. That line is currently Packers -6.5. It's bounced around between 7 and 6.5. I did want to, before I get your thoughts, I did want to play a little bit of sound here. First of all, Jara said there won't be a we're not planning on a tribute to Michael Parsons because
he told me to take a contract and stick it up my butt.
He did. He tried to roll up papers and put them up in my bum,
my bum hole. So I decided we'll put off that video for you.
So I said I'm not going to do. I don't think Mike is going to be in the Ring of Honor. And so they asked Micah, Micah, how you feeling about not getting a video tribute?
There's a lot of things I can consider disrespectful throughout this process, but I wouldn't say the tribute is one of them. I would say, I just think, there's hard feelings maybe there for them, but for me, I'm happy where I'm at, and we got a really good football team. So I guess I can give you my tribute and a win.
that's what his tribute
scoreboard.
All right, so they did talk to Coach Shoddy about here's him talking, and we'll talk to Coach Shoddy tomorrow, right?
Yep.
So we'll hear from him personally, but they asked him if he's talked to the team about Micah yet.
No. Again, they're all excited to see Micah. Like I said, I'm excited to see Micah before the game. Maybe not on the field because he's such a good player. But no, I mean the guys know Micah's coming back. It'd be great to see him. And but no, it's a normal week, another championship opportunity.
Okay. I think the bigger questions are, what are you looking at changing defensively? Because obviously not having Micah has made an impact on this defense. What can you do schematically to overcome that?
To get to the quarterback?
Yes. So they asked Shoddy, what are some changes on the roster and scheme-wise you can make to the defense to get you back closer to where you were?
We've started the process. We've had some discussions, but part of those discussions and decisions will be based off how practice goes. So, we'll see how today goes. Good padded practice today. Another practice tomorrow, obviously, before we have the final dress rehearsal on Friday. But yes, we've had those discussions. No, I'm not going to share those with you. But the reason I'm not sharing them is because they're not finalized until we get through this week of practice and finalize Friday afternoon. Hey, yeah, let's do this. Let's make this move. And but there'll be some things that feel a little different to the guys just from a rotation standpoint.
All right.
Well, that means something right there.
That does mean a little something. Now, obviously, Clowney is going to be part of that, and the hope is that he's a person who can kind of. I mean, he's a professional pass rusher. Like he's a professional edge defender. He does. He's not going to be elite anymore, but he is still a.
Hold the line, man.
He can do.
Set the edge, hold the line. That's what we need.
He's better than what they've been rolling out there. I believe that.
I do think there's a little help on the way. If we can get Bland on the field, I do think that allows a little bit of help from maybe a little bit more blitzing. I know Eberflus is not a blitzing defensive coordinator. That's just not what he does. But at some point, I do think they're going to have to be a little bit more scheme, quarterback attack kind of stuff. And if you don't have the Jimmies and Joes, you go with the X's and O's. And if you can't get there, you're going to have to take some risks, I think. Well, I mean, you're already getting beat deep. But if you can get a little bit of help on the edge and you can just speed up the quarterback by a quarter second, I think you'll be better off. But do you think the Cowboys have the manpower, the body types to send? When I think blitzing linebacker, I don't know. Is there somebody there? I've always felt like Sam Williams was a guy that could do it, but we haven't seen it yet, and it's really not in Eberflus's wheelhouse to be a blitzing, attacking kind of defense. So I don't know what to expect. The one thing that I did hear from Shoddy was the manpower thing. So I do think we're going to see some different bodies in different places. That might be the change.
How do you think the locker room is feeling right now? After where they're at right now.
But if you were on the team and you woke up to see that Micah had been traded, how do you think you'd react? I mean, you'd know what that just of the 10 games I hope to win. I was hoping if everything went well, we'd go 10-7, 11-6. So of the 10 or 11, I thought that I'd win. There went 3, just off the top. We're going to lose 3 more games than we expected, just because we traded away that. So I think that as a player, I started guardedly optimistic, guardedly sad. I got optimistic, and now I realize we don't have enough dudes.
They asked Shoddy where he thought the locker room was right now.
I think so. I think our guys are in a good spot. I mean, this is not going to be the last adversity we deal with this year. And I do believe that the culture and the strength of the culture that we have here is what's going to allow us, when the next setback happens, to overcome. There's a belief in this locker room in one another. There's a belief in the brotherhood. There's a belief in the fact that we do love and care about one another, and we will lay it on the line out there for us to have success. And that will pay dividends. Is it going to be this week? I don't know. I think our guys are in a good spot. Usually on Monday you come in, you grade the film, and by the time they get back in there on Wednesday, they're ready to go, knowing that there's a new op.
Does he is he eating a gobstopper?
I think he had something. Maybe it's his throat. He was eating during the presser. I agree with him. I think as a player, if your team isn't very good, as long as you feel like everybody's facing the same direction and trying to get better, I think you can maintain a locker room. But the moment you feel like stars are being treated different, best guys aren't playing, that kind of thing, that's when you start losing a locker room. But
okay, for the locker room, if they get blown out, if this game looks like the Bears game, do you think the locker room has a real chance of spiraling out of control?
This is such a, I don't know how to define where the leaders are on this defense, because I think it's going to be a defensive issue. I think
it's clear that Trayvon Diggs is not a leader.
No, so I don't know where that is, especially now that Mike is gone, and
I got news for you. Clowney coming in. Clowney's a player.
You punch the clock and go home.
He's not looking to lead anything.
No D-Law anymore.
Yep.
So I wonder where that, because I think the offense feels pretty good about themselves. I think they run a pretty crisp practice. Dak's playing as good as he ever has. And I think they feel like, if we can just get a couple of blocks, we're going to score 28, 35 points. Do you lose faith in your defense? Do you lose faith in your defensive coordinator? All of that. Yeah, it could happen. I don't think they're there yet, though.
Last thing they asked Shoddy, is Green Bay a must-win game?
It's a big game because it's the next game. The media and the fans want to build it up because of Micah coming back, and I understand that. I mean, I'm not naive enough to think that people don't want to talk about that. But it's just another opportunity. It's another chance for us to go out and play well. We did not play well enough against Chicago to beat them, so we lost. We found a way to play well enough at the right times against the Giants, and we beat them. And then Philadelphia, we had them where we kind of wanted them, and then we didn't finish it. But you literally take each game one at a time and you say, okay, we have to play well. Are we going to win this game? I hope, I expect. But again, I'm never going to be the guy, oh, this is a must-win game. You have to do that. They're all must-wins. They're all must-wins. But the last time a team went undefeated was 1972. Did I get that right? Yes. I mean, that's the last time it ever happened. And it's all about finding a way to qualify for the playoffs and getting in the tournament and learning how to win.
Yeah, I don't know that they were all must wins. I don't know that I believe that, but I do believe. And I first of all, there is at a time there becomes a must win. Either you win or you don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, there's
but also I think there are times where you either win or you've got a real chance of losing your team.
And I don't think they're there yet.
I don't think they're there yet either.
They're looking at their coach going, he's the reason.
No,
I don't think we're there.
So either.
But it could get there. And because it does. Again, it goes back to training camp. The very first practice when we stood around, we thought, well, certainly a lot of enthusiasm here. There's certainly revving up the fun factor, and we're doing, there is the full speed ahead. We'll worry about mistakes later kind of thing. And rah-rah works for a minute. But at the moment you start thinking these guys don't have my best interest or don't know what they're doing, that's when things collapse. And we're not there yet by far. But if the defense continues to get wrecked, I mean, just absolutely wrecked, I think that there's going to be a fair amount of heat on that side of the ball. I do think that we're going to start talking about Eberflus and what he's doing and how he's doing and all this kind of stuff. Before we get to shoddy, it'll be an Eberflus kind of thing.
I agree with that. But also, it's like, what have you, just from a personnel standpoint, this defense really shouldn't be very good.
No, you're right.
And I said you said during camp, Micah covers up a lot of flaws.
And everybody that played knew that. So the moment they woke up and knew that he was gone, there went the fixer, the eraser. So 3 games off the top. But then you look at your coordinator and go, what are you going to do next? And I know you're a 5-man rush dude who likes to send a slot corner on a blitz when you're being exotic. But you're just trying to keep your teams between the 40s. That's Eberflus's defensive scheme. Yeah. Right now, we're going to start questioning whether that's the kind of scheme when you're that bad. Should you attack more instead of just bending and not breaking?
Yeah, to me, this is defense is the first thing to look at, but also you get rotten groceries. There's only so many meals you can make.
We're talking about their number one pick from 3 years ago, who can't even barely find a roster spot.
Right. So that should tell you where this team is at from a talent standpoint. What's your thought right now on how this game goes?
It's not going to be pretty.
By more than 2 touchdowns?
I think it's a 10-point minimum win. I think Green Bay is going to come in and do something for Micah. One of those. Let's put it on him. And there's going to be a lot of green in the stand, so there's going to be a little bit of momentum behind him. I don't know what the Cowboys do to stop them.
I think the worst thing that could have happened to the Cowboys was Green Bay losing that game last week.
That's the other part of this. They're mad, and they're also playing for something. They want Micah to do well in this. And a week and a half ago, they were the best team in football in a lot of eyes. So I think they got something to prove.
Boy, Terrence Steele, Tyler Guyton, those guys are in for a long ass day.
They are. They really are. And Micah's like, just line me up over Guyton. Just line me up over him. I'll be all right all day long.
Think about last week, Jake Ferguson was like kind of the safety valve. Tight ends are going to be asked to do a lot more blocking this week than they did last week. Mm-hmm. I don't think that you're going to have the luxury of having, and I'm guessing the Cowboys will come out with multiple tight end sets quite often in this game.
Going to have to. No CD. You're going to have to.
Yeah, but your focus is going to be making sure Dak doesn't get mauled.
And hold the ball as long as you can, man. Keep the game low scoring.
And when you're the best receiver you've got left is a deep ball guy. Yeah, things are lining up pretty poorly for Dallas.
It just doesn't look like this is the kind of game that's going to be like a get-right game by any stretch. I think it could get out of hand.
I think it might as well. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Underdog Fantasy. Oh, yes. We got games tonight. Got a couple college games. We got a college game. We got an NFL game. I told you earlier, I like Jackson Smith and Jigba higher on his receiving yards tonight, 83.5. I like him higher than that. I also maybe spice it up, a little sprinkle of baseball action. Fromber going out there to Oakland or Sacramento, wherever he's going to be tonight. Fromber, his higher lower for earned runs allowed is 2.5. You trust Fromber? I don't. Give me higher than 2.5 earned runs allowed by Fromber. I think the A's send him out of Houston with an ugly mark on his face. So give me that one for maybe a pairing. Might do a little football, baseball combo action. That's a rare thing, but you can do it all on Underdog. Just pick your favorite players. They're going to go higher or lower on the stats, whether it be earned runs or receiving yards. You get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ALAMO, ALAMO. Score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. You could be next. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning as you head into your midday commute on 281 northbound at Tacoma. Got some debris in the roadway. Center lane is blocked. A little bit of a delay from Isom. Castle Hills area, northwest side, Loop 410 eastbound approaching Blanco Road. We've got a wreck. Looks like they moved that off to the right shoulder. A little bit of a delay from right around I-10. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
The Fall Golf Classic is sold out, but the party's just getting started. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star invites everyone, yes, even if you aren't playing, to the official Fall Golf Classic after party happening Monday, September 29th at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road. Mad props to this year's tournament sponsor, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, who hits back when life hits hard, and plenty of Sports Star love to Fly by Yingling and PPM Motorhomes too. The Blitz with Jason and Joe kicks off the party live at 2 p.m. So sneak out of work early, call it networking, and raise a glass with us. So whether you're playing in the Classic or just want to crash the party, you're officially invited to the Sports Stars Golf Classic After Party at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, Monday, September 29th at 2 p.m. sharp. Details at sasportstar.com. See you at the Break Room Bar. Golf shoes not required.
This report is sponsored by the Harlem Globetrotter. This isn't just a game. It's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be a part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
At Frost, we go above and beyond with our services, like getting to know our customers by name, offering 24/7 real human phone support, and always keeping a supply of treats for our four-legged friends. You know, the little things. Like when a customer was out of town before a hurricane and their Frost banker drove all the way to Corpus Christi to tie their boat down. We couldn't make that up if we tried. Frost. Exactly what you unexpected.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks. Let me tell you something. It is so good to be right. In Prize Picks, there's no better way to prove your knowledge than to play Prize Picks. And Dallas Cowboy fans, you know every game counts, so don't miss a moment of the action this season on Prize Picks. Make your picks on your favorite Cowboys every week and ride with the boys all season long. You got all kinds of play, all kinds of ways to go. Right now, Prize Picks is offering $50 in lineups. That's money you can play with. Use it and prove how good you are. Prize Picks. There's only one place to go. All you need to know is more or less. You can pick your players, you can pick your game, but we got the place for you. It's Prize Picks. And remember the code ALAMO. Alamo's the one you need. If you put that in there, use the code ALAMO for your $50 free play. That's $50 when you use the term Alamo. You know the game. Go play it in the right place. That's Prize Picks. It's so good to be right, and you're always right when you head to Prize Picks. Go get it today. Download the app, use the code Alamo, and you can come by and thank me later.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Green Bay Packers at Jerry World in Arlington. Pregame at 6.
I like this kind of party.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94-1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime. Hey.
Sing it, Vic.
Okay.
You ready?
Don't you let it on me.
Yeah, that's awful. Rob, I think I'm a better singer than Vic.
I'm not a singer.
You keep saying him. I mean, what are you singing about it there, Vic?
I don't know. Oh, wait, here it comes. Here it comes. Don't you forget about him.
Oh, what? Don't you forget about me. Oh, even B. Hannon says, let's stick with AJ. You're out, Vic.
Which isn't saying much. It's a pretty low bar to have to hurdle, and you couldn't even do that.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. The outside the world of sports, that's where we want to go here. Have you seen the Jimmy Kimmel monologue?
I did. It was appropriate.
I didn't go out of my way to see it.
I didn't either. I didn't watch it before, so I'm not going to dive in. I'm not going to. I think he has every right to be where he is, and if you're a fan, continue to watch.
Over 20 million people watched it, and I'm guessing that's people from both sides of the political aisle were interested to see what Jimmy had to say. So people could say, "Oh, Jimmy's back," and people could say, "He's not sorry enough." "Oh, he's fine. He sucks." You know how it goes.
I would have been mad.
I didn't watch it, but I was surprised that 20 million people went out of their way to see it. That's a lot of views.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, the best thing that could have happened to those that had yanked and came back is they got a little ad revenue. I'd have bought some time, knowing full well I want first break.
Starbucks. How does this happen?
What happened now?
Starbucks is announcing significant store closures and layoffs.
Coffee prices are going up, man.
Well, I'm thinking, what's going on? Why are we struggling in this economy?
The tariff?
And you say, well, I don't know. You charge $10 for a cup of coffee. And people
we're going to charge 12.
People don't like that. It says they're taking significant action to turn around its struggling business, closing a large number of cafes and announcing a second round of layoffs at its headquarters as part of the CEO Brian Nichols' efforts to resuscitate the troubled chain. They will close hundreds of stores this month, which is about 1% of its locations. The company had 18,734 North American locations at the end of June And the company said it will end September with 18,300 stores.
So they'll be closing the store across the street from the other store.
Yes. Yeah. You're not going to see two that they're in the same strip mall anymore, I guess. Oh, okay. The company expects its restructuring efforts will cost $1 billion. Well, that doesn't feel like good business. Like, okay, we're short this month. What do we do? I don't know. Spend $1 billion. Oh, maybe. I don't know. It says Starbucks often closes locations for a variety of reasons, including underperformance, but this larger scale effort is more substantial. This is a more significant action that we understand will impact partners and customers. Our coffee houses are centers of the community, and closing any location is difficult. And it says, despite the hundreds of closures, which will take place before the end of the fiscal year next week, Starbucks said it will return to growth mode and also plans to remodel more than 1,000 locations. The new look for Starbucks features cozier chairs, more power outlets, and warmer colors.
That's what we need.
That'll fix everything. I don't know. Maybe charged less than $10 for a coffee. I don't know.
Or maybe pay your CEO less than $96 million a year.
That could be part of the move. Also, here's maybe a hot take about Starbucks. Their food is garbage. I hate Starbucks food.
Well, not being a frequent coffee buyer or drinker,
no,
they have food.
Is good.
They microwave everything.
I didn't even know they
got a microwave and a toaster oven. That's what you get.
No, their grilled cheese is awesome.
Who orders grilled cheese at Starbucks?
My wife
at Starbucks.
Crazy.
At Starbucks.
Do you dip it in the coffee? And
no,
I didn't even know they had
like it's
food.
Tomato soup,
and they have
it's
sandwiches,
and it's $8.
Oh, get the hell out of here! Yeah, let's stick to coffee cake.
Okay,
a muffin
or the cake pops. Yeah,
a muffin is a good thing. They got too much stuff. You just don't try to be a full service kitchen when you don't have a full kitchen.
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah, I didn't know either till my wife said, "Just give me a grilled cheese while you're there," and I'm like,
a grilled cheese at Starbucks.
Yep,
that's crazy talk.
And it's really good though.
No way.
It's worth whatever it is. I think it's $7 or $8. Yeah.
And you think it's worth it?
Well, that's once in every 3-month purchase. We don't do that all the time, but when we do, yeah.
Man, you splurge on your grilled cheese sandwich after you win the Scratchers.
Yeah, after I win the Scratchers, when I get the grilled cheese.
An officer has been arrested. A sheriff has been accused of recording women in a restroom in Rhode Island. A Rhode Island sheriff is charged. He was apparently using his body cam. And it says everyone goes into the Starbucks before class. Speaking of Starbucks, after class, between class, it's always packed and there's a line out the door. It's very off-putting and not great to hear when you're walking around on campus that the Starbucks bathroom became a place where an officer was peeping. It was just kind of out of left field. I didn't think that was a thing that would ever be going on around here.
I agree.
Even though I'm not a woman myself, I say I feel for the women out there that they have to deal with this. That's what the manager of the Starbucks had to say.
Same way.
Apparently, what happened is he went into the Starbucks with his body cam, and they're calling it a voyeurism charge. He says you should have to be vigilant, especially you have to be vigilant, especially in a city area. You never know what to expect. So scanning the area, just kind of checking it out, make sure everything looks copacetic, and go about your business. Although I don't know. I mean, if there's something that he's peeping in there,
and where's the body cam located? Is there laying?
I think it's like right here.
So is he?
That's what I'm saying.
Trying to figure out exactly what he was doing. I'm
what
sure
did his camera see that his eyeballs didn't see?
I'm sure he was creepy beyond belief. But what exactly and how was he filming? I mean, he's probably standing by the door like frisking people. But I mean, what? Did he have the camera on his shoe? I mean,
I don't know. But I will say it does seem that. Even though the rule, like, remember there was a big, like, cops fought for a long time having to have their body cams on all the time, and like,
oh yeah, I forgot to turn it on.
I'm a person who I'm a believer in, like, let's be transparent about things. I do want, I mean, I support police until they F up, and then it's like, well, you can't do that. Like you with great power comes great responsibility. You know, you've got
the best thing ever happened.
As said Spider-Man.
Body cam's the best thing ever happened to the police and public relations.
I think so too.
I think police should be proud and happy they have the body cam to protect themselves when they're honest.
But it's crazy now that body cams are everywhere that sometimes cops just forget that they have them and still do crazy things, like
act like they used to.
You can't do that. You can't go peep in the Starbucks bathroom, Bubba.
Hey, it's police business. Police business.
And you know what? The bathroom at a coffee house, you know what's happening in there. It ain't sexy.
Oh, no.
It ain't sexy.
45 minutes after they get there. Yep, there's a reason why they're in there for a minute.
Oh, especially if they had cold brew.
Oh, yeah. Cold brew and one of those grilled cheeses.
And a grilled cheese.
Cold brew and a grilled cheese.
Move out of the way.
Ma'am, you were in there for 30 minutes.
Oh, yes. Yes. And this is happening a lot now. There's a lot of fabrications being made with AI these days. A California attorney is now getting punished on it. He's got to pay a $10,000 fine for filing a state court appeal full of fake quotations generated by ChatGPT. 21 of 23 quotes from cases cited in the attorney's opening brief were made up. It also noted that numerous out-of-state and federal courts have confronted attorneys for citing fake legal authority. Guys, ChatGPT does not have a law degree. Like they did. ChatGPT never went to law school. Never passed the bar.
Didn't Trump attorneys get popped for this too?
I don't know.
ChatGPT, I think they did. I think this is far more common than we understand.
This is one of those things like the body cam thing. We know it's out there now. And cops clean it up.
Right.
We know it's out here now. Stop trying to don't try to let AI write your papers anymore. Like that could have worked 3 years ago. Now everyone knows the jig is up on AI.
Man, I'll tell you what.
They're putting men's faces on or women's faces on men's faces in China. That's the extent of the what you can do in AI.
And talking gorillas.
We got we got Sasquatch
you love
doing
gorillas.
Sasquatch is doing coke in the woods with.
Vic was in love with those talking gorillas every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're not old, of course, but yeah, I haven't
some
seen
of
them in a
still
while.
funny.
Yeah,
I still will.
No, I like the jokes. They're kind
because
of raw.
they're allowed to say things as a Sasquatch or a monkey.
Yeah, not as a white or black or yeah.
Yeah. And finally, a man he claims his wallet was stolen. This is in Hazard County, Kentucky.
I know the Duke boys.
Way.
The Duke
Just
boys.
some good old boys.
The Duke boys that did the things up there again.
Never meaning no harm.
I knew it was a real place.
Is there Daisy? Is Daisy still around?
I hope so.
Kentucky State police officials are asking to help identifying a man wanted in connection with armed robbery on Tuesday morning.
Bo Duke?
Had to be. Driving an orange car with a Confederate flag on top. Unbelievable coincidence here.
The only problem is there's a lot of them in Hazard County.
Trooper Matt Gayhart, which is probably a tough name to grow up with in Kentucky. He announced that the robbery took place as the tenant was returning home. State police noted that a man armed with a wooden stick approached the victim and beat him multiple times while demanding his wallet, and then drove away in a maroon Chevy car. Is it armed robbery if they use like a wooden stick?
That's a weapon.
That's a weapon, yeah. Or that be a different charge?
No, that's armed robbery. You rob somebody with a baseball bat, you're still armed and robbing.
I guess so. It shows the guy. He's wearing a mask, of course, but he's wielding a wooden stick. Gun rules are tightened up. I guess this is this is where we're going.
Cooter Davenport, he was the one that carried the. Wasn't Cooter the one that walked around with a bat?
Yeah, it was Cooter.
It was Cooter.
Yeah.
Oh, all I know is Boss Hogg ain't going to stand for this.
Nah,
and,
Boss Hogg ain't going to stand.
Yeah, Sheriff Roscoe is going to be on. Sheriff Roscoe is going to come on down and take care of that there stick wielder for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure he ain't. That's the last time he hits a man with a stick. Tell you that. I'm going to put them boys away.
Yeah, Cletus.
Yeah, and Cletus too. Cletus.
You name Cletus, you are doomed. You are doomed to very few job opportunities.
All right, let's hit our last break of the day, boys. When we come back, we'll take a look at the daily lines. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Arosty providers are all around San Antonio with one job in mind, and that's to get you out of pain. Their unique hands-on approach to getting you out of pain works. That's the reason why they are growing so fast. Because they fix you when other places, quite frankly, don't go about fixing you the right way. Because you walk into your general practitioner, and they're first inclination will be to get you out of pain. Let's give you a pill. It'll hide the pain, but it won't fix the problem. And before you know it, the pills aren't enough. Or you might walk into a doctor and say, yeah, we got the fix. It's surgery. And in about a year, you're going to feel a whole lot better. But you don't want to do that. You want to get fixed and fixed fast. And that's what Arasti does. They give you a full evaluation when you walk in the door to figure out exactly why you're in pain. And then they fix the problem. Let me tell you, it works. I am living proof. Lower back issues have failed me more than once, man. I've spent days, weeks on my back because I didn't know how to fix myself. I walked to an Arasti and they did that. I want you to find out. Give them a call today. It's 1-800-404-6050. You can make an appointment, and you don't need a referral. And when you walk in the door, they're going to accept most insurances. Listen, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. The answer's Arasti. Call them now. They're going to get you fixed fast. And when they do, you can come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
These guys around the country made a fan page for us. So, Rico Suave, what is it that stimulated you about our program?
It's a love of the show, man.
What would you like to see us do more of since you're a P1 listener?
Girls on trampolines during the break. They're pre-K.
Man.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel Inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, They joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-881-9898. 800-881-9898. 800-881-9898.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
No idea. I find it comical that Pablo Torre every day has more so-called evidence or reports of wrongdoing, and the NBA is going to ask us to believe, oh, okay, Mr. Silver, it's going to take a while. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's go. Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, one. The only way is one. I like when you mix in Creed every once in a while.
Yeah.
Makes me feel good about myself. I don't know why.
Especially deep cuts.
I don't know if this is a deep cut.
Is this a deep?
I think this is a medium cut.
Yeah. It's like a male version.
Did it get on the radio?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't get on my radio.
Well, you must not have been listening to KTFM.
I must not. I do now.
No, it was K-Rock.
San Antonio's pop star. The only way is one.
Like a male share.
This sucks. One. This is really bad.
One. Creed is the American U2.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sucks.
I feel angry. I feel alone. Oh, feel helpless. Never mind. I was the wrong verse.
Oh.
All right. Every day around this time, we take a look at the daily line. See how we can make some money.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Arizona and Seattle tonight on Amazon Prime. Arizona, the home dogs, plus 1.5 at home.
I'm going to take Arizona just because they're friendly confines.
I'm tempted to go that way, too. You can get plus 108 on the money line if you think they're just going to win outright. That might be the way to go.
I think they are.
Yeah, I just think that I like Seattle better generally, I think, but I don't think enough to make them a road favorite. On a neutral, I'd pick Seattle. Here, I think I'll stick
Arizona
with Arizona
defense and a quarterback that's playing at home.
But again, DFS is probably going to where I'm going to attack this thing, or prop picks, and I'm going to go with a higher on Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think his yards. I think he's going to be a major factor in this game. And if Arizona gets out to a lead, all the better, because they're going to keep chucking it around, baby. All right, college football tonight. How about Army? Go Army! Beat East Carolina. East Carolina, a 4-point favorite over Army.
For 2.5 quarters, Army was terrible.
They were so bad. And now also, though, I think North Texas is pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. I like North Texas.
Now, there's a lot of people who think that East Carolina is better than I think East Carolina is. They were non-competitive against BYU. They got a win over Coastal, and I don't know that that's what it used to be. So I'm torn here. I'll probably stay away from this game, kind of get some more information on what these teams are. But I do know that Army so far, it's not very good. It's not very good. Like the fact that I don't know, Army's got the weirdest thing. They lost to an FCS team,
and
then they went on the road and beat a Power 4 team in Kansas State. And then they could have very easily beat North Texas. They might be better than I think they are. But right now, I'm in wait-and-see mode.
They'll be playing at Bagwell Field at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. It's a tough place to win.
Bagwell Field?
Bagwell Field at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. That's where ECU plays.
I wonder if it's named after Jeff Bagwell.
I would like to think.
Or Buff Bagwell, the former pro wrestler.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's who it is.
Maybe that's.
I don't even know who Dowdy-Ficklin is.
Oh, I know Dowdy. Yeah, me and Dowdy, we went to high school together. All right. Major League Baseball. We've got the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. This guy has maybe the whitest name ever pitching for the Pirates today.
Hold on.
What do you call him? What would if your first name was that, what would you call him other than Braxton? Is he the one that's hurt?
I don't.
Playing?
Yeah,
Braxton
Ashcraft will be pitching for the Pirates.
Braxton
Ashcraft the third. You get in here.
If you name your kid Braxton,
did you hide the butler's shoes again, Braxton?
Now, what if you named your kid Cletus? Would you get the same music?
No, but that also
Cletus
is a pretty
and Braxton.
white name.
Well, Cletus, there's never been I can see like President Braxton, white guy. President Braxton. Ain't no President Cletus coming around the corner.
No, but also I would never vote for someone named Braxton.
No, probably not. But what's your nickname? Braxton, right?
I don't know.
I don't
yeah.
like that. No,
I don't like that at all. Anyway, I'm going Nick Lodolo minus 175 with the Reds.
That's a name, Nick Lodolo.
I need one more win from the Reds. As I was doing my grading this morning, I need over 80.5 wins for the Reds.
The fact that you got bets, you got to look back on. Like, wait a minute, I threw money at Cincinnati back in April.
I did.
Wait a minute.
So I need one more win this season from the Reds. I think I can get it tonight. Drew Rasmussen and the Rays. They're at Baltimore. Cade Povich going for the Orioles. Rays minus 120. Bailey Ober is pitching for Minnesota.
They're at the under.
They're at the.
Sorry.
What was that?
Tyler Molly going for the Rangers. Rangers minus 150 favorites. Fromber going for the Stros. JT Ginn going for the A's.
Of course they're going to win today.
The total's 9.5. The Astros are minus 120. They probably will win today. Now that it doesn't matter, but I'm still on underdog. I'm going higher than 2.5 earned runs for Fromber. I don't trust him. I think he's throwing games. Quite frankly,
is he throwing overhand?
I don't even know. Here's who I like tonight for the Dodgers: Yoshinobu Yamamoto going for the Dodgers. He's very good. They are minus 180 at Arizona. Zach Gallen going for the Diamondbacks.
By the way, these are all day games.
Yeah. Well, it's getaway day.
Yeah, it's getaway day. I forget it's Thursday. That's right.
Jack Jansen Junk goes for the Marlins. Walker Buehler goes for the Phillies. Phillies minus 165. Troy Melton tries to save the Tigers season. That doesn't sound promising. Parker Messick hoping to mess up the Tigers. They are minus 150 are the Guardians. Davis Martin and the White Sox take on Carlos Rodon and the Yankees. The Yankees just clinched. They are minus 315. Because the Yankees just clinched, I don't want to bet on them. In fact, I'd probably look to bet against them. Anytime you pop champagne in the locker room after you clinch the playoff, after you clinch a wild card, I don't know that that's the move. But I don't know if I've got the guts to back the White Sox, but I certainly wouldn't bet the Yankees today. Brian Bello goes for the Red Sox. They're taking on Luis Varland and the Blue Jays, and Blue Jays have a bullpen game. Varland will pitch the first couple innings, and who knows what. Nolan McLean goes for the Mets. Shota Imanaga goes for the Cubs. Mets are minus 115. Michael Lorenzen goes for the Royals. They're minus 115 at the Angels. Mitch Ferris going for Anaheim. And Bradley Blaylock, easy for me to say, goes for the Rockies. They're in Seattle. Seattle a minus 210 favorite now that they have clinched the division. Again, the two teams that clinched last night, and I usually want to fade teams after they clinch. One's playing the Rockies White Sox. So it takes big stones to bet.
I'll tell you. And Rodon is pitching his ass off. So that'd be hard. That's a hard get for me.
Yeah, that one is not ideal.
No hockey tonight, though, right? They're playing. Just
They're
not
playing
on TV.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's all. Right now, it's just a preseason, so you got to be a diehard to watch.
They're on the ice tonight, September the 25th.
Preseason NHL, you got to be a real savage to pay attention.
It's just more the significance that hockey is kicking up. Here we are.
Which means baseball or basketball's right around the corner, by the way.
Media day on Monday, I believe.
During our show, of course. It's like, hey guys, RSVP. It's at 9:00. Try to be here by 8:15 or something.
So I was like, I can get there about 10:45. No, don't worry.
Yeah,
they're not gonna let you.
You're out. We actually don't. We don't want you covering our team. There is lady basketball tomorrow, though. The Las Vegas Aces 4.5-point favorites at Indiana. That series tied 1 apiece.
I got a fever.
And the Lynx and the Mercury tied at 1 apiece. Lynx -4. They're doing the. Remember, they're kicking the Jonas Brothers out of the building to play that game in Phoenix. The Mercury better show up, is all I can say. If you're going to kick the Jonas Brothers out, you better perform.
They don't even know who the Jonas Brothers are.
Who doesn't know?
Mercury. They don't pay attention.
I think they know. I think they know.
You think Brittany Griner is she's not with them anymore, is she? She's not even.
I don't know where Brittany Griner plays lady basketball, but I would imagine she probably isn't a big Jonas Brothers person. But again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just you know what, Rob? You're trying to get me to judge a book by its cover, and I don't do that.
No, have you ever known you to make a snap?
Brittany Griner, who spent a lot of time in the Russian gulag, may have
made it through just because of Joe Jonas.
Maybe it was Joe Jonas who got her through.
I know he's gotten me through a lot of tough times.
Maybe she had to smoke weed because that one guy in the Jonas Brothers died. Or maybe that was different. That was New Direction or One Direction.
No,
I'm just kidding. I made that. Just kidding.
I had a heart palpitation right there.
What
are the Jonas Brothers?
I'll be honest. If you said, AJ, I'll give you $10,000 right now if you name a Jonas Brothers song, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either.
Isn't that sad? I can sing all the words to Taylor Swift and Katy Perry songs, but I can't name a Jonas Brothers
song. I'm proud to say that I can't.
But it would suck if you couldn't win that $10,000.
Well, I wouldn't enter into a thing that would require me to win money off.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying, if someone walked up and said, "Hey,
real quick on the street,"
I would say, I get it. Let me talk about you two. Who am I?
Joe Jonas, right? Is that one of
them? Joe. What are the other brothers' names? Abner and
Nick Jonas. That's correct.
Okay.
Nick, Abner, and Joe.
Nick, Joe, and
Cletus.
Who's the third one?
Harry.
Major.
Kevin Jonas.
Kevin
really?
Jonas.
There's a Kevin Jonas?
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Like the Fredo Corleone.
He's the oldest.
I know, he's the Fredo.
He's Fredo. I could have been someone. I got passed over.
Yeah, he's the oldest one. Claymore says, I can't name a Taylor Swift song for real. I don't believe that.
Claymore and I are in the same boat, baby. I know it when it's Taylor, I think, but I don't know the name of the song.
Oh, come on.
I don't. I don't take a lot of pride in it, but I do take a little.
Okay.
I mean, I know it when I hear it.
Shake It Off. Shake
that
it
the
off.
name of the song?
Yeah.
Shake It Off? Well, then I do know that one.
Okay.
I got a blank space, baby. I'll write your name.
Oh, no.
Bad Blood.
Yeah. Why you gotta be so mean? That's my favorite Taylor song.
Is that the name of the song? Though?
Mean.
Oh, it's just Mean. Not Why You Gotta Be So.
Yep. All right, friends. That's enough Taylor Swift trivia for the day. Blitz comes up at 2. They'll work till 6, and then we'll come back and do it all over again tomorrow. Enjoy the games tonight.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTL.